How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back, boys, with the fresh new cut. Hello, who dis? Hello. Dude, my head feels so fucking nice now. My back of the head is just so nice and cold. I love it. I fucking love it. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another beautiful, wonderful live stream, boys. It is time for more duels, boys. We're going to be doing them on EU. I thought about it for a second. I was like, man, we got the beta. Honestly, we should be doing more streams on the beta, but I didn't want to skip out on one of the best moments of the week, dudes. The 5v5 1v1. So let me get the music back up and running. Sorry for being late. I tried to chow down on food as soon as I could. Try to get a video all set up and ready and running. Yeah, my B, boys, my B. I'm gonna be better at that. I'm gonna be better. Alrighty, let's get them duels up and running. Who do we got in chat? We got ourselves George, Heinrich, Freaks, Kyle, Karen the Beautiful. We got ourselves Smuta, Alex, Deja, Frederick. Wow, it's Jesus. It's Jesus, boys. We got ourselves George. We got ourselves Bodgan. Hi to my man. Hope y'all having a good one, boys. Hope all of you having a great one. Did you get an appearance change? Yep. Bought it at $30 for the store amount. You know what I mean? Bought it in the WoW store. IRL appearance change, you know what I mean? What's up, Remy? How you doing, fam? Hope all you having a good one. Alrighty, boys. Let's get the EU duels up and running for the day. Let me make sure I log in the right region of WoW. What's up, boy? Top? How you doing, my man? Hey, man, my lad down. What's up, Juan Pablo Ferruccio Martin? I don't know. Why am I adding that extra emphasis in your name? I don't know why I'm doing that, dude. The rolling R's, though, they're fun. They're fun. They're fun. That's the only time I can do the rolling R's, either in Russia, because we roll our R's there too. But that's why I like Hispanic sounding names, because there's like, you can add the roll R and it adds a little bit like a fun emphasis to it. You know what I mean? Adds a bit of a fun emphasis, because where else are you gonna fucking do it? You're gonna be able to do it with Joe or Frederick. Frederick. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? I like what her name Martinez. God damn. Alright, we got ourselves Jesus, we got ourselves Alex, Kragar, as well as Kreiser, my man! How you doing, my dude? I haven't seen you in a while. Yo, can we push Kreiser? Can we just push Kreiser real quick? I haven't seen this bad boy in a while, though. God damn. Yo, Alex, my man, sorry for pushing you down to Kragar, but we gotta get Kreiser in here first, man. I haven't seen this guy in a while. This madman over here versus Jesus. 3 S's per S. 5. We're good. We can just be Fred. You just say Fred. What's up, Frederick? Yeah, my man. I can call you Frederick. I can read Russian. Frederick. 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 Right? Frederick. Okay. Frederick. The specific word is not Fred. E. With a, it's a different sound. Invite spectator match. Kreiser, my man, I don't know if you're online or not. Jesus, I don't know if you're online or not. I'm gonna try it again. Sent. I guess I had the name wrong before. Alright, Kragar, Alex, hope you guys are ready for the next one. And Lord, I'll get you in the cycle rotation. Probably against Kreiser, whatever happens with this win or loss. Rolling out is quite fun. It actually is, dude. It's like, I feel like it's just, it sounds interesting. There's a song that I'm listening to the other day. It's like, I think it's on Night Blue Music. Like, it's a chick singing and she goes brrrr-pa-pa. I just fucking love it, dude. It sounds awesome. You gotta hear it. You gotta hear what I mean. You gotta like listen to it, man. You gotta listen to see what I mean, dude. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one up and running. Switch. We got ourselves, yeah, boy, Kreiser. Coming back in the action. My man, loving that mog. Stick with the good old OG mog from back in the day. We got Karias here as well. Ornash in the back looking, oh my god, some of your mogs are looking good. We got Suze and we got ourselves Tic Tac. Oh my god, Team Blue is stacked. We got Janes on Team Red with Illidanid up next with Mary Tenderil and Yasha. Oh my god, so many Demon Hunters, so many Palas. For the day, it looks like Illidan is going to be first up. And alerts, hello, where you at? Twitch alerts, where are you at? Hello? Yo, I'm not seeing Twitch alerts, but can we get a big old hashtag Lidl in chat? because of that 10 bug dono, my man. There it is. I don't know why it was so delayed. I'm so sorry, Lidl. It should have popped out a little earlier. But can we get a hashtag Lidl chat show and appreciation for the wonderful donation of 10 bones? We just begun the stream, and this man is already throwing the big bucks at your boy, yo. Hashtag Lidl for being a beauty. First dono of the day, my man. Hopefully, Streamlabs fixes their alerts. We're gonna have Illidan versus Chrysler. Nobody engaged yet. They're just waiting it out, kind of trying to buy themselves some time. Illidan hopping down below while Chrysler taking opportunity up above. Waiting for Illidan to come up, hoping maybe to get a come flag route. Illidan isn't really super excited to get up there. Looks like Chrysler is gonna catch him, but still playing it super safe. We haven't seen Chrysler in a while. Maybe he's trying to get himself some better gear, so he's gonna play this game very carefully. Big old Casbolt thrown into Illidan. Second Casbolt getting set up. That's a pretty quick Casbolts, my man. Almost like Big G Pies in there. And Illidan just doesn't want to come up there on the same row, on the same footing as Chrysler. You might just have the Warlock chase after the Demon Hunter at that point. But Illidan, I mean, he got an immolate on you. I guess he got immolation aura too, so it's an immolate for immolate too. And Chrysler is still catching it here and there from time to time. It's going to be another succubus CC with the freebie Casbolt. Cataclysm run after us. Chrysler getting some biggest damage onto Illidan. It does go for a stun, but nowhere near Chrysler is going to be able to clip him with an IBM. Does rotate the Imprison into another stun. Big dress coming out for Illidan. I think that succubus CC might have aided. Big Infernal coming down. Big Casbolt's available for Chrysler as long as he gets the line of sight of Illidan. Does see him around the corner. Is going to get a Rain of Fire rolling. So next few Casbolts are going to get beefed up, and Illidan is just going to probably chill back here with the Infernal, attack the pets, get himself a little bit of leech rolling in. It looks like Chrysler is going to walk up. Shadow Fear around the corner. Big Casbolt should be available. Does Shadow Melt the stun, actually. And that's going to be the Infernal coming down very soon. Chrysler better make a play while he can. Blurs up for Illidan. He's trying to let a fear onto the Demon Hunter. First Casbolt that's empowered. Finally flying at Illidan. It does drop a Darkness. I think he might have actually secured himself Darkness to absorb that Casbolt, which is super unfortunate when that happens. Going to be in prison onto Chrysler, and Illidan is just trying to play this as carefully as he can as Mortal Call comes out from Chrysler with another Casbolt interleaded with a Succubus CC to follow right after. Still just cannot get a good setup onto Illidan. He so far hasn't let Chrysler. He just chuck out those Casbolts big time. It's going to be flying up in the air. Chrysler does want to mess with it. Actually going to be Fell Lances obliterating Chrysler, having to go for Warlock Hellstone, and a wall for that one. Does get himself a position up above. Not going to be able to sink in that Casbolt into Illidan. Well, this works out for me, man. Both of them playing kind of slowish. Going to be resummoned for a pet for Chrysler. And again, Illidan still sticking below. He does not want to rush at him. He doesn't want to lose his head in this duel this early. So I guess it's time to get our duel mix up and running for the day, boys. Although I really like some of the other songs that we had earlier, man. I might just add those to the duels, man. It sounded like a lot of fun. Illidan get a hit with a Succubus CC. Chrysler still at half his health. We are at 3 minutes. Not dampening yet, but it's going to be happening soon. It's going to be Casbolt, Shadow Fury, Cataclysm, Wombo combo by Chrysler. And it's going to just continue, get himself up the path from up the ramp. Big meta coming in for Illidan with a Mortal Coil, meaning he has a trick coming up in just a few seconds. Next, he's yet a Chrysler. Illidan will at least be able to get out of that, but he's trying to keep the Demon Hunter at bay from far away. Charging in, landing in prison. Gonna be a trinket port for Chrysler as Illidan just burned through all that mobility. That's another Infernal coming down. Chrysler missing that stun. Big dress by Illidan onto Chrysler. Does go for extra health. Trinket coming out for Illidan in fear by Chrysler, but Illidan is already mid-air. One Casbolt onto Illidan. Chrysler's trying to see if he might be able to survive. Barely alive with all those lances coming out. Illidan so far have been playing this so carefully that actually he's the only one that comes. Every time he comes out, he does big damn. That's actually crazy amount of damn out of Illidan. Chrysler, I think, is just going back into this. You haven't seen him in a while. You know, he's got to get warmed up against some demon hunters. I think everybody in the Mother has played against Destro so much, and everybody's afraid of Destro to the point where you're just going to run from them the whole time and play as carefully as you can. Stun into Illidan, wings are off for attack, might be able to get big damage onto the Demon Hunter. Does get him super low. Illidan trying to see if he can survive. Does juke out or does dodge a Hammer of Wrath, but still might be over with as the 5-minute mark is here. Is going to get himself a stun. He's actually turning damage around a tic-tac. Bubba coming down to the Paladin. Does he go to finish? He tried to land a Reaping Flames on Illidan. He does survive it barely. Actually, barely have any health. It's going to be a short dodge for a second. Second set of wings coming up for tic-tac. Does Illidan have anything? Stun it. Oh, turning around onto tic-tac as a Demon Hunter. Oh my goodness. And Seus is gonna be up next. Bike onto Illidan. Gonna go for a kidney shot or two. Cheap shot, taking him out. Oh my goodness. How did the Demon Hunter survive? That's gonna be up next. Mary landing a Crucible of Flame at Seus, and it's gonna hit him with a Hand of Hindrance. The flame is to mostly stop the rogue from resetting. Hodge getting thrown down into Seus while he does have a Vendetta rolling into Mary. Perfect opportunity for Seus to get quite a bit of damage. Is it Seus or Seus? I'm gonna call it Seus. Just for the sake of easiness. Shield of Vengeance out for Mary. Evasion used for Rogue. Tried to shot a step away from Mary. Does check out that hammer when you pop down the minute-long wings, but he's still on the run. The Rogue does not have the mobility needed, unless maybe he has sprint. Did wait out the Shield of Vengeance, so might be able to go in for some damage. That's going to be Reaper Flames into Mary. Vanish into a cheap shot. Does he go with the Road after? He does. So no more Vanish, no more Shadow Melt. Does have a Clucker Shadow. Some bubble comes out from Mary. And there goes the sprint for the Rogue, bailing out, or trying to bail out of the situation. Does not have the talent to immune any slows while sprint is up. So Hand of Hindrance is going to be huge. Blind onto Mary as he's trying to approach. Will this be a trick out of the Paladin? Could that be maybe? Not a bob for sure. It looks like Seus somehow not catching a full re-stealth, or at least catching a shot of subterfuge. Landing a sap onto Mary, and there goes the kidney. At least he got himself the kidney shot with the bleeds. That's going to be execution sentence onto Seus. Hand of Freedom for Mary. And the Rogue just trying to bail away from Mary, trying to catch a reset. Should be free to catch a reset here, unless he just messes it up. Sap onto Mary does have dots rolling on him. It looks like Seus also has dots. Mary is at least making sure the Rogue is not catching a clean re-stealth. Smoke bomb coming in, creating some line of sight, catches a re-stealth. Kidney shot comes out, is going to be able to get the Garrote and everything. So it could be huge damage. Big dress by Seus. Trick us out of the Hodge. Mary super low, and oh! Just out of nowhere went down. Oh my goodness. Seus landing them saps, dude. Doesn't actually need stealth. He's just barely landing saps. And Tendril, how you doing, my man? I actually just had a video with you in there. It wasn't a video about you, but maybe this one couldn't be. You got Seus, you got Ornage, Cryaz. Those 3 people for you to blast down as a big old fury where a bike getting thrown at Tendril. As Seus is going to go for a full CC chain with a kidney shot. Big charge by Tendril. Make sure that the Rogue does not get to escape away from him. Evasion coming back to the Rogue in just a moment. I think it's going to be a Vendetta onto Tendril. I think it is a Vendetta. Popping out the N'Zoth, shrinking for the tankiness. Just making sure he's taking basically zero damage from Seus during the biggest burst. Seus did wait to Reaper Flames after N'Zoth chicken was gone. And Evasion being down. Actually, it might be in a bad spot. Let's land a kidney onto Tendril. No chicken available for the Warrior. Does Seus have anything else here? Does have advantage coming up. Wait, could they actually turn this around? Cheap shot on Tendril into Garrote right after. Does go down as the big execute slams into the boy's face. And Cryaz is going to be poked out by Tendril in the opener. Going to be actually, ooh, the dark, the dwarf racial coming out, clearing him off of bleeds, into Enrage Regeneration, Vanish coming out for Cryaz, and Tendril is not going to be able to land a heal, as Cryaz is going to be able to catch himself a full reset. Super unfortunate for Tendril, as he's actually still melting to the dots. And Cheap Shot gonna take him out. Cryaz has had enough damage, all good to go. Popping a cloak, I'm not really sure what for, but he does. And next is going to be Yasha the Paladins. 2 for 2 left on each team. Team Red of Team Russians, dude. Team Red Army versus Team Blue, man. I guess the rest of the Europe. Wait, EU flag is blue, right? The EU flag is blue. Yeah, Team EU versus Team Red Army. I guess. I mean, I guess it could also be Russians, technically. Hodge onto Cryaz, no chicken available. Yasha's going to go for big damage. Shield of Vengeance is up. Executor set is huge. Tempest verdict. Clunker set is coming out for Cryaz. Does he get to escape out of this scot-free, though? Does get a sprint in there. So he's able to at least run away from Yasha, immune himself from some of the slows from the Pala. And I think he is going to be able to get out of this scot-free. 9 minutes into this duel, boys. Get into the 10-minute mark, and dampening is climbing. For Yasha, this is going to be getting harder and harder to heal. But the Team Blue, they have Ornage and Crya. Oh, Warrior? I'm sorry, where's the Ogre guy? Where are you? I don't even see him here. I don't even see the ogre. I heard the guy say, oh, there he is. You bore me. What, the rogue gameplay? Dude, come on, ogre. Come on, big man. Boys, and I upset the ogre, dude. He doesn't like the rogue stealth gameplay. Can rogues just stop stealthing so the ogre can be happy? Please. Cryas is going to try to see if he can get some dots on the Yasha. Shadow Step is going to get him that return. Bobby catching him a reset unless NASCAR getting burned for Yasha. Does catch himself a reset for a second. There's going to be a road into Kidnish, into Cheap Shot, into a blind Hodge onto Cryas. Does Yasha have the damage? No. Having to go for a flash heal in order to be able to catch up on health. Evasion up for Cryas right now. And Yasha has Shield of Vengeance. Might be able to use the Shield of Vengeance in order to get some value. Interrupt trying to come out for Cryas. Did not quite get it. That's going to be evasion down. And Cryas looking to get the hell out of there without burning Vanish. But he still has quite a bit of dots on him. Trying to get a feint up and running. Got yourself reset for a second. But I think it's still the dots might be. No, I think the dots are off. Yeah, wow. Now you sound pretty sick, my guy. Do I? I'm sorry if I sound sick, boys. Oh, that's a lack of sleep, man. That's a lack of sleep that does it to you. How you doing, by the way, Seabark? I'm doing pretty good otherwise. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I guess it's just like nose stuffed up. You know what I mean? As we're waiting for Cryas to catch himself for a reset or at least get found by Yasha. Oh, the eyes are up. Eyes are up, not up here, not up here. Yeah, so we just having to wait, man. Sap onto Yasha as Cryas having to go a second go. Big bite getting thrown into Yasha. Got him past 50%. I would have just stuck around maybe. Pop a cloak and then he keep hammering because Yasha's just bleeding out and melting. Not even Vendetta on the guy. Oh no, Bob coming out onto Yasha. He's going to be able to almost survive. And the Reap of Flames comes in. Clutch. And looks like Discord just crashed. Sorry boys, Discord just crashed completely. Janezar is going to be the last man standing on Team Blue. It has to go versus Cryas, who has nothing really left defensively. I don't know if he has anything offensively either. Maybe Vendetta. And looks like Janezar is just going to kind of hit him with a hit and run. Only getting in there when he could blade dance on top of the guy, so he takes 0 damage from him. Big old Chaos Strike on top of that. Cryas, does he have enough damage on him though? Maybe Janezar can get one more dot onto Cryas to stop him from resetting. No, that is going to be a reset by the rogue either way. Blade Dance comes in. Cheap shot all by Cryas. It's going to be tricky for Janezar with a blind to follow. And looks like Cryas is going to catch himself a reset. Janezar coming out with full blast and damage. Full cooldowns available. But Cryas is not going to give up without a fight. I like the fact that the rogue is still fighting in there. But there goes a stun. Maybe that's the end. Cryas could be maybe saying his last song. Shit, that's going to be in the Zotchik under the Janezar as the killer shot comes in for Cryas. And advantage to follow. Actually almost escaping. Is going to get hit by Blade Dance. Dressed all by Cryas. Evasion's up. Janezar is at half health. Maybe Cryas can come back. Evasion is still up. He might be able to make a play here, boys. Maybe. Barely health. One more annihilating. And that's all it needs. Ornash is going to be up next, boys. Up next versus Janezar. As we have the 50% dampening of the 13 minutes mark. I don't really know what Janezar can do. Ornash looking like he's lagging a little bit. Janezar can catch up on health, but you need to be very, very careful at this, though. Very, very careful. But it comes down to 1-1, and Ornash doesn't even give Janezar an honor deal here. He's kind of trying to see if he might be able to outplay him, but looks like he's lagging really heavily. It's kind of like running everywhere. At least it looks like he's running everywhere. Big combustion. Down goes Janezar. Not a lot you can really do to outlast that, can you? That's a big damage out of it, though. 2 kills, man. 2 kills. Yo, Cryas, hopefully we'll see you in the duel after this next one, man. I'll try to get you versus Lord, yeah? And if you got more groups, boys, let me know. On Real ID, Dalaran hashtag 1340 if you want to add me. Add me if you have a group up and running. We'll put Jesus over here. Lord, I got to get Kragar and Alex next, yeah? Let me do that. Also, chat, you probably can tell that I sound sick. I'm not actually sick. It's just my nose is stuffed. Yo, can I go blow my nose? Can I go blow my nose real quick? Can you give me like 5? Not 5. 2, 1, 1.5, 1 3/4 to blow my nose real quick, please, chat. Thank you, thank you. Be right back, and we'll get Kragar and Alex in next, yeah. Just because it sounds weird when I sound all stuffed up while talking to Mike. Ugh. Oh, okay, I think I'm better. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Krager and Alex, I gotta get you guys up and running next. Krager. I got nothing, right, boys? Check me. Alex. Nope. Fucked it up. Okay, that'll work. Oh. Alrighty, boys. Let's stash this fire. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Do you want for doing these duels? Yo, Aaron, I love doing duels, man. This is super fun. Krager next, Dalaran? Yes, yes, yes. I got you. I do these in an order, right? So if I haven't like queued somebody, I'm not ignoring them. I'm just gonna go in an order of like first come first serve, and then I'll try to make sure everybody gets to play as many people as I can with the variety. So if you played against a certain team, I'll try to get different teams or different leads at least against one another. Me and Body made a push last minute and went from like 1900 to 2400 in a day, so we need 42 glad wins. So we're gonna get those at the start of the week. Then I'm done with the expansion. Hell yeah, Seavark, go for it, my man. Go for it, my guy. Get the mount, dude, and be like, yo, you finished. I think it's awesome, man. Getting like at least Gladiator or at least like Nazoth kill or like Cutting Edge kill. It's super cool. Get mounts and whatnot before they're gone. The Prada Drakes, I gotta say, in BFA were a pretty cool mount. I like the Season 2, the blue one. I thought that was probably the coolest, in my opinion, on the recolor. I used to hate recolors. Nowadays, I don't mind them as much. Switch. We got ourselves a bunch of rogues on Team Blue with Dirk's gonna be not first. It's actually gonna be Christina up first as a feral. We got Kedem in the back. We got ourselves Sadis. We got ourselves Ramaster. Hey, be out of stealth unless you're doing, my man. Appreciate ya. Just so the other team does not get confused. Krager with a Nazoth trinket popping versus Christina does get opened up on hitting into them thorns because he's like, you know what, I got that big old Nazoth trinket, massive absorb, and I should be good to go. On Team Red, we got Alfera, we got ourselves Mech, we got ourselves Mova, and we got ourselves Ram. We gotta call him Ram. It's Ramstein. It sounds like Ramstein, like the band, but it's not quite. There's a couple letters that are missing there. There's gonna be Christina versus Krager brawling out in the middle. And it looks like Christina's actually falling behind on health. Trying to see if he can escape. There's gonna be Stormbolt, maybe a big execute on Krager on a route. Does go for a few. Christina does also bring in the Nazoth trinket out of this cat. The cat is out of the bag, and now in the bag, all that's left are a bag of tricks for this man. Both of these guys are running with the Nazoth trinket. Christina does get away, and that's gonna be full recovery for him. Krager burned a Stormbolt and a Fear, trying to keep Christina close, feeling confident. This is where I think Krager needs to have a DPS trinkets, man. He needs to have I think a big blood of the enemy and a big old dressed to get the big one-shots in. Because Fury Warriors, I mean, they could sustain, they could outlive, but sometimes just finishing damage and getting the damage finished in once an enemy has trinketed, that could be tough. So I wonder if Krager will eventually end up trying out different things. I mean, the damage trinket, like double damage trinket, seems like a good choice when it comes to like ferals, because they just die in a stun. You can do a lot of damage if you get the most damage up and running. Krager gonna have to take all that thorns damage to the face. Does not even reflect for it. It's gonna get a charge heal, and mostly trying to heal himself with the Crucible of Flame Essence. The Flame Essence is gonna keep him nice and live. They'll try to get some damage back to Christina, but the bleeds and the roots and the kites out of the cat is gonna be huge. It's gonna be able to keep Christina in combat at least. Does he gonna get a charge? He does not. Got him so big sprints in there, man. Look at him. He's just chugging along. Does not get an opener or reset onto Christina. Christina does get the reset there, though. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth. I feel like Krager needs to get some value damage onto Christina by getting thrown in by Christina, though. Onto Krager goes to Trinket, but I don't really know why Christina trinketed the Stormbolt. Maybe he was expecting for Krager to go for big damage himself. Thorns are up for Christina. Does Krager have anything for it? Hoping to have an Azeroth trinket available just so he can continue blasting damage to Christina. But looks like the Pharaoh is able to turn around little by little. That big bike play was huge. Save got trinket proc for Krager. So this man went super safe for the duels. And that's going to be a Warlock Allison used from Namova. The Warlock on his team. Big bite does chunk down Krager. This is going to be a stun. But a Azeroth trinket comes out for Christina. And Krager goes for the Azeroth trinket himself. Man. I remember, now I'm starting to remember why Blizzard decided to disable the tank, or at least decided to nerf a lot of these tank trinkets. Remember Season 2 and everybody running tank trinkets? Fury Warriors, they loved that. Because you could survive and heal. Man, was it good. And you had the variety of different trinkets that your tank spec could get. Remember BOD, the refracting prism? Like the absorb from the, what's that boss? The gold boss from Battle for the Zara lore. That was nutty. Now we're back in with Nazat trinkets, boys. I wonder if they'll actually end up nerfing it at this point. I think it's so late into the expansion, I doubt it'll see a nerf. But it'll be interesting. Actually, Christina getting clipped by Flame Essence from Kragar. Does it catch a resale? He does not. Stormbolt is going to come out. Does pre-thorns this. And Kragar cannot go for damage, even though he got a Stormbolt. He wants to go for damage. He just can't throw his thorns, and Christina got himself a big old bite available. Big bleeds at the Kragar. Kragar trying to still get charge heals in order to see if he can survive, get himself a little bit of health. That's going to be Nazath trinket for Nazath in unison. Both the Feral and the Warrior getting to use them. And both those trinkets kind of dissipate over time as both of them are just blasted damage into one another. Man, it's going to be a long game, huh? Stun by Kragar. Does he finally get some damage to Christina? Starting to get some damage. Christina might want to bail out of here. It's going to be a Blaze in case Roots are coming out onto Kragar. Christina landing a bash onto the Warrior and looking to get the hell out of this. Kragar have big leap to catch up. Maybe a big leap and a charge. Try to get to the edge of the corner. Not going to happen. Maybe he can charge into the left side. Nope, just going to have to go for the eyes and see if he can catch up to Christina. That's honestly about all you can do. Christina is given the opportunity perfectly to just catch up on a little bit of health. As we're going to be hitting that 5-minute mark, boys, the dampening needs to happen for this duel. Otherwise, these boys are just never going to be able to take each other down. It looks like Kragar tried to pick up eyes, but I don't think he did. Yeah, it looked like he picked up eyes, but I don't know if he actually was able to see Christina. By coming out onto Kragar, he's going to have to take the damage into a Nazath trinket by Christina, I think. Is that what that was? Maybe it was something else. Kragar Nazath trinket get him burned through pretty quickly. Thorns are up for Christina. Not taking any damage from Kragar. That needs to turn around if Kragar wants to be able to get out of this duel scot-free and victorious. Maim short onto Kragar. Christina going to go for roots. Letting the dots do work. No leap available for Kragar. No leap available into it. Charge just flying to Christina. Able to reconnect. Get himself a big bloodthirst. His dampening is at 4%. Yep, it's going to get only worse and worse. Christina using the Nazath trinket right now as Kragar is right on top of him. Trying to blast the damage through him. Kragar needs to get himself big burst available with a stun. Does get the stun, but that's going to be a pre-wall for Christina. Actually, Christina is out of walls at this point. No chicken available for Christina either. So it's going to be about 30 seconds or so before that Stormbolt is back up. Maim onto Kragar. He trinkets it. So Christina, if he gets another go into Kragar with DRs, he might actually have it, but this is going to be able to escape out of there. Barely. Actually was taking quite a bit of damage from Kragar, not going to lie. And there goes that re-stealth. Kragar is still looking for the Feral. The eyes are not available on one side. Christina, eyes are available on the other. Christina is going to count himself a regrowth. Kragar is going to end up playing into the game. We're just going to bleed out as we are in the 6-minute mark. That's how long this duel has been going. So for guys like Ked and Sadist on Team Blue, no more healing available for you boys. Sorry, you're going to have to go for a lot more trap plays. For Ram, no healing available. Alfera and Mech on Demon Hunters and Team Red. Gonna be harder to get some self heals rolling there, guy. That's gonna be a little bit tough, man. This is gonna a long time. This is gonna a long time. Nobody wants to lose and nobody wants to quit. Christina tried to get a big old damage onto Kragar. Big bite to follow as Nazath trinket rolls out onto Kragar. And Christina popping in thorns, and Kragar just gonna go for a fear, denying the thorns damage, but just not hitting into it. Kragar has enraged regeneration back up. Christina does have one more set of wall. Nazath trinket coming in for Christina next. But even with that Nazath trinket, Kragar is just winning the tussle in the middle. As long as Christina does not go for bleeds and kites, Kragar could actually just heal so much more than Christina can. Feral popping into a bit of overdrive. Berserk is up, getting a lot more energy to get the finishers in, and that's going to be a lot of regrowths coming back to back. Kragar still able to get quite a bit of damage. Big bite for Christina, turning around into Kragar out of nowhere. Does hit him with a root. That's going to be bleeds into Kragar. A big leap next to Christina. Does hit him with a slow. Huge heal for Kragar just now. Did he use a Warlock Hellstone together with a Bloodthirst just now? He might have. But Christina got himself thorns up and running. Kragar trying to run out of them. The bleeds are still rotting him down, and Rage Regen might need to come out. Safeguard trinket procking in. And Kragar getting a Stormbolt stun onto Christina. Bash coming up on Christina though. Bleeds up on Kragar. Is he just gonna die to the bleeds? No, he got himself the self-heal with Flame, so you should be able to at least get himself managed. Trinket back up for Kragar. Does go for a Blaze Storm before Christina lets it open. That's gonna be Nazath trinket for Nazath trinket. Kragar still super low in health. He can go for Enrage Regen. He has not used his big button yet. Big charge off the Christina. 20% dampen is still continuing to heal. Go cooldowns for Krager. Trinket, Stormbolt to Christina. Christina has Storms. Krager has been very, very careful not to do too much damage while also healing. Getting Christina super low, and there goes the rage regeneration. Try to get the most damage, and Christina might just go down here, and the dots take him down. You gotta tell me you have yourself a Gatika or something, right? Because whatever's doing damage for you, it has the dot, dude. You got some dot damage right there. I mean, to finish up a Feral, that's a big flame. And some dots. Kraken get hit with a stun as Sadus, the survival hunter, just tried to eagle him down. Fear onto Sadus. Trinket coming out for the hunter. Bloodthirst by Kraken, but not enough with this high dampening. And Sadus just trading blows with Mech gonna be up next, eating a net in the opener, giving some manic bandages to Sadus. That's gonna be Trapper on the corner. Mech doesn't even walk into it. Barely walks into it. And that's going to be on top of Sadus, taking a lot of damage from the Demon Hunter. Trying to get a Rooter to him. Big dress by Mech as the Hunter gets too close to him. Charlie coming out for the Hunter, and that's going to be Mech super ahead in cooldowns as well as in health. Sadus does hit him with a freezing trap. Drink coming out for Mech with an imprisoned to fall. I think the Demon Hunter has it in the bag as of this moment. 9 minutes into this duel, 28% dampening. Does hit him with a net. Might be able to run him into another trap. This is going to be Iron Trap. A Steel Trap up next. Sadus might be able to get himself a camo. Not going to happen. As the pet gets in combat, Sadus barely any health available. Does he have anything else? Stun onto Mech. Tries to go for manic bandages while he can. Maybe freezing trap to follow. Does he get one off? Got some dots onto the Demon Hunter. Big slappers on the I-beam. That's going to be down the count for the Hunter. Where Derek's playing out that outlet going in next. Is going to try to go for a gouge onto Mech. Not going to happen. As he does Blade Dance out of there. Stun onto the Rogues. Trinket coming out. Parry to follow as Mech. Just trying to see if he can bluster the parry. That's going to be actually interrupt onto the I-beam. And the Demon Hunter just goes airborne. Vanish coming in for Derek's. Not to deal with this whatsoever. I think for an outlaw rogue, this is going to be a little bit better. Just because you got so much CC chain. As long as you have good cooldowns available. In order to get yourself biggest damage out there. Against Mech. Who at this point in dampening can't really recover as well in health. He can mostly manage himself. If you give him plenty of time, he will recover. Big dress back into Dirks. It looks like maybe Mech has a better dress to get. Just a stronger version of the Trinket. Dirks does get himself a huge heal. Even though 35% dampening. Blunder armor coming out. Does he have the big go? Is going to get hit in the prison. This is most damage for him right now. Needs to get a big stun into Mech. Huge damage maybe right here. Does he get a big reaping flame? Does some. And it's going to grapple hook out of there. Probably should have saved the dress for the big plunder armor because that is increased with plunder armor. That's going to be a sap at the Meg, but Darius does eat a bleed for a Blade Dance. Might still be able to get himself a reset here? Maybe. Does get himself a reset and a resap. And him versus Mech is having to open up with a cheap shot. Sound to follow right after. Does he still play more for death, by the way? It's going to be a stun by the Demon Hunter. I-beam into Dirks with a big old Blade Dance as the kill spree comes in. And Dirks just messed around. He decided to do kill spree dancing with the Demon Hunter who's just going to be dancing on top of him. Is that going to be a Remaster next to Cat? It looks like it is going to be a Remaster up next. I think an Assassination Rogue. I think the Assassin Rogue should have an easier time versus Mech, though. A much easier time. Oh, I like the glaives, how both of them are blue like that. It looks like Dark, the other Demon Hunter that has a gushing build. I wonder how many gushes this man is running. That's always a question. How many gushes does a Demon Hunter run? Get a shot onto Mech. Does have a Trinket for a big stun and dress reversal onto a Master who is playing Sub Rogue, not Assassination. That's going to make it that much harder for him. Does go for a Vanish. Still has a lot of cooldowns available to beat a Demon Hunter. As long as he has himself a good solid go with Dance, he still might be able to take down Mech. No blur available for the Demon Hunter, and as long as he can get the opener. Cheap shot comes in into an eye blade, shadow blades, big blood of the enemy. Does he go for a big go? Bike, big eviscerate, kid shot, cheap shot again. Evasion is up for a Master. Does get hit with a stun. No cloaker shot is available for that one ahead. It's going to be a stun into an imprison by Mech in order to get more CC chains under a Master. And that's going to be a blind by the Rogue. Immolation Aura is up for Mech. Does her Master get himself a clean reset? I don't know if he does or doesn't. Does get it at the very end. Mech does not have a lot of health. Blur coming up very, very soon. As long as our Master has the cooldowns in order to finish this, he might be able to do it. Big blood of the enemy down. No more bike trick. A dress still available and does have enough. Taking down Mech out of the game. Next is probably going to be Mova. Yeah, as Team Red is finally starting to see some people coming out and getting taken down. Man, the duel versus Christina and Kragar took so long, and now these boys are having to play at such low dampening, but then again, the games are super, super quick. It looks like our master might just have to chill in stealth until there's some cooldowns available, but I don't think Mova is gonna go anywhere. What's up, Lord? How you doing, my man? How's it going, my boy? How you doing, my man? Hey, man, just getting some duels up and running. You want to join? What about does Outlaw have? Both sides of he knows. So those are the Gino. Those are the Mage Tower challenge mode, not available in the game anymore. Like you can't get them now. The only way to get them is to have played in Legion and done the Mage Tower challenge, and they've gotten the skin. I think you have the OG version of them. There's some reskins you can get. I think once you have them, once you have the weapons, you can still get the reskins. But if you don't have the weapon to begin with, yeah, there's no way of getting it now. I wonder if they'll bring Mage Tower challenges back in at some point. You know? I was really hoping they would bring Mage Tower in BFA. But Shadowlands, I think, would be the time to do it. Some sort of a Mage Tower challenge so you can get some cool cosmetics. Because now you have Covenants and you can have all the gear. And maybe like a specific back piece that would be cool. That'd be nuts. When we're getting hit with a cheap shot, that's going to be sucked by CC immediately as the blood of the enemy comes in. Rogue is going to chicken for it. Big dress into Mova. And Mova is going to port out of there immediately. Needs to get the biggest damage onto a Remaster. He's going to go for a smoke bomb. Mova is dropping down an Infernal, but a Cloak of Shadows comes out for the Rogue. And he's going to be able to sprint out of this scot-free. As Mova has a burst available. He's going to be attacked by the demons though. And it looks like Mova is trying to make his way over to Remaster. The Rogue has advantage if he needs to shadow step. Kidney shot onto Mova is going to bike him. Kidney shot's going to be cheap shots back to back. Does catch himself a advantage though at the last second. It's going to have Immolate rolling on him. Maybe a flag dot rolling. Big Chaos Bolt onto Remaster into a horror effect. I think Mova is going to be able to take him down with a Shot of Fury. No, dodges Shot of Fury, but still going to die to an Immolate, which is super unfortunate for Remaster. Very, very unfortunate. Mova going to be up versus Kadam. Last man on Team Blue. Wall coming up for Mova, trying to get some big damage in. Does he have the big Chaos Bolt still? I don't know if he has buffer or not. Big dress coming out for Ked as Fears are getting spammed up onto the Hunter. And Nomova is going to be able to catch Ked around the corner. He's going to send Eagles flying. Drain life is not enough to sustain you. So CC comes out onto Ked. You trick us out of it. He has himself the winning strategy, and that is throw Eagles behind the corner. With Ram going to be up next, getting the big pets up and running. The full army of the dead rolling up into Ked. Trick us out of the freezing trap. Knows he goes to get himself a win right then and there. Does not want to give the Hunter a chance to escape. Turtle Shell, it's going to be forced. With Manning bandages, barely any healing at 65% dampening. Ked does not have enough tools in order to survive this, unless he can go for some mad CC onto Ram and just get himself exhilaration and just continue running as long as he can kite him, unless he got anything for it. He needs a tool right now, otherwise he's just done for the count AMS. He's gonna stop at freezing traps and down he goes. Man, Christina had to burn in 9 million damage into your boy Kragar. And the Kragar the one, right? Oh my god. Kragar just heals so much. Kragar's just a heal god. I guess the Nozatsu helps out too, yeah? Man, that's tough. That is rough to deal with. That was a long duel, boys. A really long duel. Alright, let's get another one going, yeah? I think we got Chrysler and Lord available next. Yeah, we can get Alex and Kragar. Jesus wants to go versus Kragar. Okay, we'll get Alex on the side. And then Alex can then go versus Chrysler. Oh, Alex and Chrysler can go on after. Lord and Chrysler. Perfect. We'll get as many of these duels going for the day, boys. As many as we can. Just spam them. We need one more. Add B-Tag. Yo, my man, when you got the full group, add me on B-Tag, my man. Dalaran hashtag 1340 on EU. If you guys saw a 5-man group, then welcome to add me on Battle.net, boys. We got this audio rolling though. Let me also get a sip of water, dude. I feel like I've been yelling into the mic and I haven't even had a good sip of water. I keep forgetting to breathe while doing these 5v5 1v1 duels. So let me just get a breather. Danish, how you doing, my man? How you doing, my dude? What you been up to, man? What killed you? And you're not RR anymore. What you been up to? Was it Pal? Yeah, there he is. Athel 1v5 this bitch. You think so? We'll see, man. We'll see. Alrighty, switch. Got ourselves Athel man on Team Red. Still loving that Mog. Beerus. We got Beerus. Ooh, I like the shoulders. Looks so good. You got some tattoos on there. Oh my god. Dude, wait until tattoos are available in the game. Regular Daedra coming back in. We got us as a Bliv in the back as a Night Elf and Shifu Master? Shifu Master, yeah, there we go. That's the closest I can get. Cries on Team Blue with Cryaz. We got Shu, we got Suze, and we got Ornash versus Daedra in the opener. Daedra playing the Demonology Warlock with a Succubus pet for a talent where you have more Shadow and Flame damage. Shadow Flame damage. So you're calling it like a shadow build, a warlock shadow build. Does get interrupted on the Daedra. It's going to be able to summon himself Vilefin. You do have spells that a demon summons them. So like Hand of Gul'dan, as well as Vilefin, those are demonic spells. You have shadow spells, and then you have shadow flame spells. So you have interesting choices of different abilities that you can go for. Ornage getting hit with a Succubus CC. That's going to be a Vilefin right next to him. And Daedra still having to build up an army for himself. Needs to get the full imps up and running. He's going to get Demon Doggers as the Meteor does crash down onto him. And Ornage trying to get a root onto Daedra to try to kite around the pets while doing some damage to Daedra. And the Sulfur is doing a really good job around these pillars. Just trying to kite the pets themselves, but only just hit Daedra. Because Daedra does need to cast every single spell. Does miss the stun around the corner. Ornash almost walking into that one. It's going to be a Demon Bolt getting thrown at him from the side. Breath again by Ornash again. Haven't went for a big setup on the Daedra. They're just really exchanging blows and making sure to heal themselves from time to time. But Daedra's going to have to get himself a good CC chain. Needs to get himself resources. That's going to be a Vilefin getting summoned. So that should do quite a bit of damage to Ornash. As long as he's able to stand there and do some damage. Demon Bolts are coming out. Might have himself a little bit of resources. Maybe Hand of Gul'dan. That's going to be Boskridge Bombers. Ornash looking to walk out of there immediately. And Daedra's trying to get a Hand of Gul'dan in there. More Shadow Bolts trying to come out. I think he got at least one off. And Ornash is going to be surrounded by all these pets. Still continue to keep himself alive though with that Fire Shield. Trying to keep that thing on cooldown as often as possible. And probably all the instacasts. He probably has an Azeroth trait where he gets health every time he uses an instacast ability. Whether it is those Fire Blasts, whether it is those Pyroblast, so he's keeping himself afloat. Succubus CC, and Daedra might be able to actually get himself maybe a good setup. It's going to be Hand of Gul'dan. This is going to break the Succubus CC though. Does get Boskridge Bombers on the side. Ornash get himself a huge shield though. Does he have a trait to make his Fire Shield bigger? He maybe does. That's got to be Mali onto Daedra. Yeah, a little bit of Mali damage. Big combustion available for Ornash. Does get interrupted on Daedra as pets are surrounding Ornash. That's going to be a big Felguard cleaving right through him. Temporal all for Ornash is going to be able to catch up on a little bit of heals. Actually got so low for a second there. Daedra throwing down the Flame Essence at him. And Ornash's shield is just getting burned through pretty quickly. Daedra needs to give himself another go with all those pets. Because he is kind of I think a little bit of advantage. Ornash does have Icebox still. While available for Daedra, is going to get Hand of Gul'dan's up and running. One Hand of Gul'dan. Ornash is still kiting him around the corners. Wild Imps are all over him. Is going to get him rooted. Succubus CC with Demon Doggers coming in next. And Ornash is again surrounded by the pets. Trying to get a corner around onto Daedra. I guess it is really hard to tell who is ahead. Because Ornash technically does have Cauterize. He does have Icebox. Daedra has nothing. So that could be a little rough. Daedra does have all that Warlock tankiness. It's going to be Boskridge Bombers around the corner. Ornash does not realize the Boskridge Bombers were attacking him. It's going to be Safeguard Trinket for Daedra right now. It's going to be Cauterize available for Ornash. Steals the Safeguard Trinket from Daedra. Cannot interrupt him yet. It's going to go for a breath. Daedra Trinkets out of it to see a Mortal Coil. Anything Mortal Coil onto Ornash. Try to get more resources up and running. Getting interrupted on Shadow Bolt. Might need to get some more pets up and running. Kind of standing there in the open. I feel like maybe he's trying to go for a Void Elf Racial maybe to get out of the position. It's going to be Tyrant summoned out. Ornash is going to Icebox for this whole Tyrant. If he eats a single one of those blasts from a Tyrant, which I think sacrifices all those imps, he might be in a bad spot. Maybe? Hard to tell, boys. Hard to tell. It's going to be a breath onto Daedra as Ornash tries to blink out of the big combustion available for this man. That's going to be some instacast for Daedra. Needs himself a little bit more damage onto Ornash. That's going to be Succubus CC. Mali rolling into Daedra. Mortal Coil does come out. Using them mostly for CC. Not going to get much health. That's going to be Felguard coming out. Might do enough damage to Ornash. Daedra barely had any health. Ornash does get the Reaping Flames at the end. That was a real wizard battle just there, boys. I like that a lot. A true battle of the wizards, man. True battle of the wizards. Word Ornash barely surviving it on Obliv. I think he's gonna give him a full honor duel there, man. Obliv and Seaver, my favorite fire mages. Boy, come on, Obliv, you forgot about him. Or Ornash, man, come on, he's also really good. Oh man, I tried to join, but I got delisted. Jimmy, it's okay, man. People open in groups from time to time, so be sure to check in Intel FG boys to find a group for 5 fun and one of those that you can join in, man. Obliv looking like he's kind of lagging all over the screen. Orna's trying to see if he can get him so a big old breath onto Obliv. Ring of Frost to follow. Dropping down a Meteor onto Obliv. And Obliv got himself plenty of defense. Now we got ourselves another Wizardry duel. So I think for Obliv and Ornash, it's going to be really a question of who breaths first. I think Obliv might be running non-streamer build though. So it's interesting to see neither of the mages are really going for a big GPI build. Like, Ornash might have GPI slotted in as an Autotown, but he never tried for it. So maybe both of these guys are just trying to get used to how they would be end up playing their classes in Shadowlands, but nobody's going for GPIs, which makes it a little interesting. So you can see Fire Mage without GPIs, you kind of have to go for a lot of hit and runs, waiting for charges, maximizing damage when you can take it, but it's like a really fluid playstyle and still works really well. Breath with a poly almost making it onto Ornash. Actually, Obliv still landing it, and there goes a GPI. Finally lands a pie into a Mally onto Ornash, going to put a lot of pressure onto him. And it's going to go, wait, I think Obliv might be playing the Shimmer build. Now I'm thinking about it, Obliv might be playing, unless, no, he could blink and then still have the Fire Blast available. That's going to be Ornash trying to get himself a few bits of damage onto Obliv. That's going to be a combustion available for Obliv, though. Not going to get spell stolen by Ornash by the looks of it. Breath Trinket for Obliv immediately, taking down Ornash as soon as he can. Literally Trinket just to make sure he takes him out. Shu is going to be up next as a monk on Team Blue. I find it funny how we have Shu and we have Shifu Master on Team Red. Except for Shu, it's more like Shu, go away. But Shifu, you know, there's still the SH in there. Shifu Master. Just in Russian letters. Temporal up for Obliv, trying to see if it might be able to live the damage that Shu got rolling for him, but the Shu looks like the Shu's on the other foot. Meteor gonna be dropping down, but he's gonna pour it out of the blink offensively for Obliv, just trying to not give this monk an opportunity to catch himself any kind of heals, man. He's just trying to pressure the man. Wall as well as Karma still available for the monk. Wow, he's got a touch of death coming onto Obliv. Does have an ice bucket if he needs to. Maybe a Shadow Meld might come out of here. It's going to keep a Karma onto Obliv. Hopefully, maybe trying to deny the Shadow Meld. There's going to be no Shadow Melds for Obliv. Actually, he's going to get himself a Ring of Frost. And Shu is going to get the hell out of there. Obliv looking to get himself some food. And Shu might have to poke out of there. Is going to charge right in. Try to stop Obliv for being able to catch some heals. And Viz available for the Mage. Not getting hit by that kick. Actually, no, he does get him out. Polymer's trying to come out for Obliv. Looks like he does not play normal Shimmer. Otherwise, he would have shimmered that poly a while ago. Trying to see, get a juke. It's going to be immediate chicken for Shu. Repoly available for Shu. And that's going to be G-Bite to the face, not even going anywhere else. It's going to be able to pour it out of there as a Meteor comes in. At least gets a flame in by Obliv. His combustion is up for the Mage. Is Obliv playing the 1 minute combust, by the way? I feel like he's in a lot of combust. I mean, maybe 2 minutes have passed, but it looks like he's getting a lot of combust. Mally rolling at the Shu. No Karma available. Might need to wall this in order to give him at least a little bit extra survivability with wall. Trying to see if he can get behind the corner. It's going to be big scorches available in order to get the big execute damage. And Shu does wall this, trying to vivify himself back up to normal. Vivify coming out. No, not going to happen. It's going to be Nova onto Shu. Does start the last out of there, hoping to get a port available away from Obliv. Is going to just be able to run away back behind the pillar. No port available yet. He's going to have himself the escape plan B in case things get bad. As we hit in the 8 minutes dampening, boys. The 9 minute dampening almost coming up at the 24, almost 25% dampener here. Shu does have Karma back up, so you might be able to leverage that. Obliv still holding on to Cauterize as well as Icebox. So this man still hasn't really taken that much of a setup here. This is going to be a big old Karma coming out for Shu. Obliv goes in for Temporal, just trying to get Shu out in the open. Bite coming out until Obliv does trick it. Oh, does blink out of that stun since he's playing the normal blinks. No leg sweep going to hold him down. Shu catching up on a lot of health though from Obliv. That Karma must have healed him for a ton. That or Cries or Hellstone is getting used on cooldown ASAP. How many more charges of those does he have? Touching death onto Obliv. Obliv might have to Shadow Meld this. No invis available. It's going to be a lot of damage unless he ice blocks it. I think he's going to have to just rely on the fact that his shield might be able to absorb the touch of death damage. Without Shu landing extra hits after the touch of death, it's going to be very, very minimal hit. Big good G-Pie lining up for Obliv. Huge damage to the Shu, bringing him down to 50% health. Nova's not going to keep him out out behind the interrupt getting landed onto Shu. Incap coming out into Obliv. Mastery's burning onto Shu. Big procs of Azeroth does go for that Warlock Hellstone Meteor on one side. Is going to have to run into it with a wall versus Obliv. Do you go running into a Meteor or running into Obliv? He'd rather meet a Meteor to the face and see if he survives it. That's how big of a threat Obliv is. Temporal up for the mage. Fist of Fury. This is going to get broken up by a fire, breath of fire, and that's gonna be I swapped the wrong person. Obliv getting interrupted though, blinking away from Shu for a second. That's gonna be Mally rolling into Shu. Not a lot he could really heal for. Mally actually is absorbing all his heals, so he cannot recover. So Obliv might just be able to have him here. A couple fire blasts are needed. Big kick coming out for Shu. Obliv is super low. Breath for a second. Lexi by onto Obliv. He does trick it out of it. Oh, pyro blast at the end. Obliv taking him out. Zeus is up next. Big dress coming out as a cauterize comes in. And a nice block for Obliv. And Zeus is going to have to get in there and get a stop onto Obliv. That's going to be a Ring of Frost. Probably going to be able to sap it though. Sapping the heals. Sapping the food. And Obliv is facing a wall, so if he gets stunned, he's just going to blink into a wall. But at least he'll be able to break out of a stun either way. That's going to be a bit unfortunate. Bike into Obliv, I think it's going to be down for the count. Trick gets out with the temporal. It's going to be able to blink out of the second cheap shot. Kidney shot coming out right after. Actually, fully stunned Diard. It's going to get himself the smallest temporal ever. Does get himself a shield. Trying to instant cast as much as he can. It's going to shot him out for a second. Breath onto Zeus, and it's going to poly. Does he trinket out of it? Looks like he's not going to trinket. There's going to be another repoly and a G-Pie coming out for Obliv. Zeus is going to eat that to the face. He's going to get slowed down. Smoke bomb coming in. Meteor and G-Pie really reduces health down to half-ish. Big reaping flames into Obliv. And I think Obliv is going to have dots on him to the point where it's over. I think the poison is just going to have him. Yep. That was really, really rough, dude. That was rough. But that was a well-played game by the both of them. Obliv, Shu, Ornach, and Daedra just been playing it tooth and nail, dude. All the way to the 12-minute mark. That is rough. Athaman is going to be up next versus Zeus. No cloak, no vanish available for Zeus. Trinket available, innovation as well. And it looks like Athaman is going to give him the honor duel. By the looks of it. Shufu Masters is going to give him like the slightest prick with a needle. Opener coming in by Zeus. Athos is going to take that damage to the face. His dampening going to be rolling up. For Athos, it's going to be that much harder to really catch and heals. Is going to go for cleansing on them poisons. And an interrupt coming in by Zeus. Can he capitalize on an interrupt? Looks like he's just disrupting Athaman's healing potential, but not really getting a lot out of him. And Athaman is just kind of walking up. Looks at Zeus. He's vertical fire. Get a shot. Trick us out of it. Or not Trick. Human Racial's out of it. Trick can get a trade for the Hodge by Zeus. Chilavage is out for Athos. He has wings up and wings not running. It looked like he has wings for a second. Maybe it's just a temporal verdict. When he uses that, you get momentarily, like, you get to see wings there for just a second from a paladin. Sap comes out for Zeus. Does not get hit by that Shield of Vengeance. So this is going to be down to the cooldowns here. Zeus coming back with advantage just very, very soon. Bop available for Atho. It should be able to maximize the damage back into Zeus. No Cloak of Shadows available for a few seconds. No Trinket available either. If Atho is able to land a Hodge of Zeus, he might have something. Wings are up. Zeus does get himself a vanish with a bike. AoE coming out by Atho. Zeus getting caught out in the opener. That's going to be Atho taking Zeus down in a short exchange. That bike, I think, came out after the vanish. So you vanish, hit a bike. Atho did clip you out in AoE. And Zeus decided, you know what, I need to get in there, man. I need to try to see if I might be able to take him out. He does have forbearance, so maybe I'll stand a chance. It's a bold move, Cotton. Didn't really have that much of a payout, but at least you tried. And I'd rather have you guys try like that instead of sitting still the whole time. Back made for a pretty quick game. It's going to be big and further coming down. Atho, just after beating a rogue, after having to run after the rogue, after having to deal with the tricks up of all his sleeves, dude. Both of his sleeves. Now he has to have a whole infernal crash in his head with Chrysler unloading massive chaos bolts. That's going to be big old mortal coil onto Atho. Bubbles it while higher health. It's going to be a port available for Chrysler, and Atho managed to get himself line of sight away from Chrysler and catch up on as much healed. While dampen is at 55%. Chrysler does have line of sight of Atho. Interrupts him on Shadow. Chaos bolts are going to be out for free. That's going to be infernal down for the count. Atho does have Shield of Vengeance if he wants to use it. Could use Shield of Vengeance in order to get some back splash damage onto Chrysler. Chrysler has got him get himself a reposition away from Atho for a second. No! Atho does get to have that massive reach with the Tempest Verdict taking Chrysler out. I'm thinking Chrysler's a little bit behind on item level at this point, right? Because he haven't been on in a while. So maybe it's the item level. But that was a lot of damage out of both of them. Just Atho just blasted the guy. Maybe Atho's running a new build we've never seen before. And Chrysler is going to be the last man standing, dude. This is going to be so tough. It's going to be super, super tough to see which one of these two is going to end up winning. Beerus as well as Shifu Master are still available on Team Red. But it's really going to be down to Athaman. Is he going to be able to beat a rogue? That is assassination. Unless he decides to swap sub. Get a shot onto Atho. Bike to follow. Not even holding any punches. He's just got to get in there and just go as ham as he can. Atho going to be able to cleanse his poisons for a moment. Trying to health up. But it's 62% dampen. He can't really do much. Does get an auto attack into Cryas. And Cryas does get an auto attack into him. I guess the bars, the grates is not enough to stop the auto attacks. I mean, I guess you could reach your hand through it. But that's going to be Atho trying to run as far as he can into the enemy room and heal up as much as possible. Bubble down. Shield events available in just a few moments. Bop, not even seeing that anytime soon. I think Athoman is no adaptation. I think he might be relentless. That was a human racial to get out of that kidney shot. That's going to be Shield of Venus popping so early onto Cryas. He barely takes any damage. He tried to run away from Shield of Venus. I think he got splashed a little bit. But Atho without anything. Minute 30 on that bubble. Can he survive for a whole minute 30? One thing he does have is Cryas does not have any trinket. So Atho will be able to CC him. So a Hodge is going to do it. And he can see where Cryas is coming from. He can actually see him with a judgment if he wants to. Cryas thought maybe he might be able to get a distract in there. There's going to be a Garrote cheap shot into Athoman. The kidney shot is going to be shorter. Atho needs a minute to survive. He can't go for a Hodge onto Cryas. He might just do it right here. Maybe. Get a shot at Atho. Hits him with a dress. Thought maybe running out. It's going to be a Hodge. Does Atho go for the big slam and damage one temporal? That's going to be Wake of Ashes. Second temporal. Cryas goes in for a Cloak of Shadow. Still physical damage going through for Atho. Vanish coming out for the Rogue. Atho's turning around out of nowhere. And Cryas having to go for a bit of a reset. Tricky coming back up. Evasion available too. Garrote onto Atho. Does Atho have any damage to follow here? 41 seconds on a bubble. Does Cryas have enough damage? Vendetta is up for Atho. Is that Vendetta up for Atho? It looked like, yeah, there is Vendetta. You can see the skulls emanating from him. That means Vendetta is up and a blind to follow. Atho can still heal. 30 seconds on that bubble. Cryas has a trinket back up if he needs to. Sap available for onto Atho. Cryas has evasion. But Atho has judgments that goes through evasion. He has actually quite a bit of spells that go through evasion. So it could be anyone's game. I think Cryas is in a situation where it might be a do or die. Big bike into Atho. He didn't die though. Shield of Vengeance might just come up. He does have a Shield of Vengeance. Does he survive this? So 5 seconds on a bubble. 5 seconds on bubble. Cryas has no out unless he has a Shadow Meld after this. Bubble available for Atho if he needs to. He can go see if he can find the Rogue maybe. No, he's just gonna go for food. Cryas is gonna come out. Garrote bubbles immediately. Hodge onto Cryas. The trick is out of his smoke bomb coming out. Does he get himself a Shadow Meld? He does get a Shadow Meld. But no more trinkets. Does Atho go for him? Or does he go for resets? Bob coming out for Atho really soon. Maybe human racial? Bop available in 7 seconds. Maybe human racial for this next stun. Oh my god, this is the most clutch game I've ever seen. It's 78% dampening. Kidney shot, no human racial. Big damage by Cryas. Dressed, Athoman still survives. Bop available. Does he get to use the bop right now? Oh, judgment, that's all he has. Oh no, is Shifu Master next? No, it is going to be Beerus. Try to see if he can catch up to Cryas. He's going to get hit with a sap. Man, that was close. Oh my god. Rogue has easy win. It looked like I don't think it wasn't that easy. Oh man, if Atho had human racial for that skinny, that might have turned around. I was so clutch. I was close. I was so close, dudes. So close. Get the shot onto Beerus, trinkets out of it, Stormbolt immediately into Cryas. Hits it with a big old dress, and there goes that Blade Storm. Cryas has evasion for this. With the fear coming now about Beerus. Still might be able to get maybe a bit of damage into Cryas. Hits him with a slow. Maybe a charge blind to follow onto Beerus. No trinket available. And Cryas, I think, is going to be able to get himself a reset onto Beerus. And that might be game. Beerus is going to have to go for Enrage Regeneration here as soon as he sees any bikes or anything. He might have Enrage Regen as the first stun. Because Cryas can hit him with a dress. And if you can deny the dress damage, it might be good. But Beerus needs to make a play ASAP here. Vendetta, bike coming out. Beerus might need to pop in Rage Regen. He does. But is that going to be enough, though? I think he's still done for. 20% damage reduction? Aw, that leap just didn't make it. And Chief of Master is going to approach from one of the corners. Try to see if he can find the Rogue, but nothing. At 88% dampening. Oh, goodness. Is this Rogue actually going to be able to take down Shifu as well? This is a human monk with Wall, Karma. We got Diffuse Magic as well. Not like Cryas is running Mali or anything like that, but you still can diffuse magic. So this is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting here. As we hit on the 20 minute mark. 20 minutes, boys. Headstone literally did nothing. Did you guys have Hailstone from Deja? Is that what? Yeah, at this high dampening, it does absolutely nothing. You better use it as soon as you can, but don't rely on it. And Shufu almost rolled on top of Cryas, actually. And wait a minute, is he stream sniping? Is trying to stream snipe? Is it stream sniping? Maybe. Because he's got really close to him. The eyes are available for Shufu if he wants to go for it. But it looks like Cryas is gonna buy himself all the time in the world. I guess that when you're this late into the duel, you might as well go for the wins, right? You might as well do it and just win. Because Cryas got himself evasion available in just 10 seconds. Vanish coming up very, very soon. You might as well wait all the way. Get a shot onto Shifu. Does he trinket? Looks like Cryas is gonna back up, get some dots on Shifu. Big dress on top of it. It looks like Shifu is just not gonna respond. No karma, no nothing. I think Shifu. Well, it looks like the rogue got 3 kills. I guess. Damn, it went from a that was a roller coaster. It went from a duel that was all about casters and mages and wizards to a assassination rogue. Just rotting people down. Gotta give him credit. He's pretty good at what he does. Alrighty, we got Lord, we got us as Cryzer, we gotta get Jesus versus Krager, and then we'll get Cryzer versus Alex, I think. Tampa? Ooh, we gotta get Tampa versus Lord. How does that sound, boys? How does that sound? EU to 99? Oh, 300. EU finally breaking out 300 here, boys. Let's go. I just see the Sub-Rogue sending people like 300, 400. Is Sub-Rogue viable? In PvP? I think it is viable. I think you can play Sub-Rogue in PvP. In Dungeons and Raids, it's very gear dependent in Dungeons and Raids and very corruption heavy. I've seen some Sub-Rogues do good damage in Mythic Raids, but not a lot. There's not a lot of people that play them. They're very difficult to play in PvE. They're just, I think they're going to be better in Shadowlands, though. For both PvP and PvE. But if you want to PvP as a Sub-Rogue, you can. Is it fun? I think so. It's super fun in Shadowlands, that's for sure. I'll give you that. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. Okay, Kragar and Jesus. G-U-S-S-S. Here we go. Wait, is one of you guys online? Misspelled Jesus. That's what I did. I misspelled Jesus. Here we go. I was looking for Shadowlands. Swick, change. Hell yeah, dude. Vorgorge. I think a caps lock is maybe broken. Yeah, it's looking really good, man. It's looking really good. What's changed? I would check out the so if you want a detailed video, my bad. If you want to check out Vorgorge's detailed like video, it goes over everything that's new with rogues. Don't worry about it. You're good, my man. Enjoy yourself. Hey, it's Friday night, yeah? Apple by Moonshine. Let's go, dude. Let's go. You know how to have fun. Yeah, I got a video on rogues in Shadowlands, like a first one. So type up WoW Rogue Shadowlands Dalaran. Well, WoW Rogues Shadowlands, and you'll see my video on there if you want a full detail. But basically, Find Weakness is a baseline mechanic, not a talent, which makes it so much better. And there's abilities to play around Find Weakness now. I think you're gonna like it. Find Weakness. Only question, brother. What's up, man? Because it plays CD playstyle, also demands blah. How is the self-healing? Rogues have less self-healing next expansion. That's for sure. Less self-healing next expansion. The sippy cup getting nerfed. The concoction nerfed. Which. We got ourselves Al Ferrero on Team Blue with Illidan and Kragar, Mova, and Ram. Gonna be first up and running into the duel versus Team Red. We got James and we got Illidan. Gonna be first up versus Ram. On the back team, we got Mary, we got ourselves Tendril, we got ourselves Yasha. Team Russia versus Team Russia. Russia. We got ourselves, dude. Actually, didn't Russia have a civil war back in history? I think Russians had like its own like. Yeah, I think they did. So this is basically a recreation just in World of Warcraft with a lot of classes. It's a little bit more fun because there's a lot more demon hunters in there. Gonna be an uninterrupted Illidan when the crowd is stacking up. Illidan goes for big damage, getting gripped down to earth from flying up in the air. Went for the sun but couldn't quite hang among the stars. Darkness is going to be huge for Illidan, absorbing quite a lot of damage from Ram. Ram dropping down anti-magic zone, reducing a lot of that chaos damage from Illidan, unless it doesn't count like magic damage. I think chaos is everything. It's magic and physical, so it goes through a lot of things. But for Illidan, I think it's still huge damage. Big eye beam onto Ram from afar. Both of these are kind of down in cooldowns, but Ram still in the metamorph. As long as he's in meta, he's in the god mode, but looks like Ram might be able to take him down. Necrotics is stacking up little by little. Big healing. Oh, and Illidan turns it around with huge damage of his own. Tries to go for a Blade Dance versus Kragar. We're just sinking those flames into him back to back. Imprisoned onto Kragar. Zerker raging out of there. Illidanid no longer with himself. His metamorphosis already. That's a blur. Is going to be able to get I-beam straight into Kragar. Into a stun right after. Huge air strikes. But a Nozatchik coming out for Kragar. Flying up in the air for Illidanid. Does Kragar have the reflect? He does not. So a big leap comes out for Kragar. The warrior and Illidan is just going to have to wait him out. But that is a nice catch-up. See, equalize each other's health. That's going to be both of them running flames, so that's a lot of self-heals for both Kragar as well as Illidan. But Illidan has a better healing because of the extra leech. Leech increases the amount of healing you take. So it's huge. Stormbolt onto Illidan. And Kragar is trying to see if he can get some rampaging damage rolling. It's going to be a little bit of ramp up for his damage. He only needs to stay on combat with somebody for quite a while. Disarm onto Illidan. Does try to reduce the amount of damage Illidan can do to him. Oh wait, it's Illidianid. I call him Illidanid, which is close enough, I guess, yeah. But it's Illidianid. Illidianid, technically. But it works, right? Stormbolt onto Illy, and he's gonna go for a trinket into a stun back to Kragar. Ivan to follow. Trinket could be down for Illy though. Huge chaos strikes into Kragar. Both of them are going to be out in the open. I feel like for Illidan. Oh, flying up in the air. Kragar goes for a leap into Nazaz's shell in order to take a lot of those big lances from a distance. That's going to be kind of his spare reflect. Yeah, just his immunity. So for Illidan, he needs to go for Illy. He needs to go for huge damage. But he's such a hit and run class. He needs to go for the more of that running part. He does go for the hits. He needs to go for more running unless he has metamorphosis. As you can see, Kragar, every time he sees the demon form, he tries to disarm it, tries to fear it, he tries to slow it and walk away from Illidan, or tries to hit him with a Stormbolt. Every single time he's trying to minimize the effectiveness of that leech out of Illy. And that's the only way he's going to be able to outlast him, is basically just control the amount of healing that Illy has. Because you can't really out-damage the demon form, at least not as a Fury Warrior, unless you go for a big gear with huge damage. Stunned by Illy again into Kragar. This is going to be a long fight. It is, but no. Dash comes out of nowhere. The big dress from Illy. Dropping Kragar quite low. Kragar does not panic. Safeguard Trinket still not proc. It's going to be flying up in the air for Illy, and it's going to be Kragar getting a big old leap. He saves that leap for every single one of those lances. So I think what Illy might need to do, might you get a stun into Kragar, then fly up in the air and pelt him as much as he can. Got some just free damage right there. That's just literally free damage. That's going to be the longest charge I've ever seen from Kragar into an imprisoned by Illy. But neither of them are really looking like they're struggling. Illidani does lose health, but he gains it back pretty quickly every time he gets metamorphosis. Probably going to be maybe a disarm for Kragar. No, goes Stormbolt onto Illidan a little bit. Again, just trying to control the amount of damage that comes out of the Demon Hunter every time he has metamorphosis up and running. Just to make sure he doesn't get the most amount of value on that leech. And for Illidan, I think he needs to go for more like hit and run, like back up from Kragar, not play the consistency game with him, not play the sustain game with him, because I think that's how you lose. But the I-beam comes out for Illidan again. He's getting a lot of those I-beams. It's a lot of back and forth for this full duel. As we hit in the 5-minute mark in just 10 seconds, boys. Dampen is going to roll in. Illidan getting a couple of those lances. Kragar does not have leap for it, but does not have shell either. That's actually a lot of damage into the warrior. If Illidan, oh, he actually bails away. Kragar does get a charge. It's going to be a Bloodthirst. Stormbolt onto Illidan. Does not have Zerker Rage for it by the looks of it. But Kragar recovered quite a lot of health there. Also, he has no Movas, Warlock, Hellstone, so that is going to give him a little bit extra survivability against the Demon Hunter. Tried to go for a stun, but that was a nice Blade Storm out of Kragar. And there goes an Azeroth Psychic Shell in order to be able to outlast some of the damage from Illidan. He's going to back out of there for a second. Blur not available anymore, just got used. Darkness available if he needs to. But Kragar just doesn't do enough damage, it feels like, right? It doesn't feel like Kragar really gets enough damage into Illidan to be able to get him to pop massive defensives, to really get a lot of value on him. But there goes Reckless, maybe he might be able to do it this time. Stunned by the Demon Hunter into more I-beam. Stormbolt onto the Demon Hunter, trinkets out of it, stun back onto Kragar. Try to get a bunch of damage in, Blade Dance to follow. Flying up in the air, does Kragar have the leap? Probably could have went to one of the other pillars. That's going to be Safeguard Trinket proccing from Kragar. One less defenses to deal with. It looks like with Kragar going in for this very, very quick, careful play, it looks like Illidan is the one that's really getting more cooldowns out of Kragar than the other way around. So as long as Illidan can stay ahead and not let Kragar catch on his health, He might be fine, but this is gonna charge Bloodthirst, so that's gonna be some health caught up by Kragar. Oh, Metamorphosis does Stormbolt! Immunity completely! Fear onto by Kragar! Stun onto Kragar, does have an Azeroth Psychic Shell for it. Illidan trying to see if he can bust through the shell. Is gonna back up for it. As long as he can get himself a big old blade dances onto Kragar, as soon as the shell is down, he should be good. Kragar trying to see if he might be able to get a charge heal. Does land it. That's a blur available for Illidan, so maybe Kragar did not get a heal from it. Disarm onto the Demon Hunter. There goes Kragar with that Warlock health and catching up on health. But Illidan still has a bit of advantage. Kragar not kind of hanging on next to the pillar in case. Demon Hunter flies up in the air. It's only in 5 seconds. Stun's getting traded. Kragar goes for big heals right now. Needs it as he dropped pretty low. And there goes that Enrage regen. Catching up on all that health. Big dress coming out for Illidan. But Kragar is back up to healthy as we hit in the 7-minute mark. Man, this warrior is just unkillable. It'll let him fly up in the air. Kragar not able to leap next to the pillar. Eats just a couple of those lances. And there we go. Man, Kragar just playing super tanky. He also does have Psychic Shell. I used it a couple times against Illidan. I really think this guy should go for maybe for more damage and maybe more gushers. Just so we can have faster paced games. This is what happens, boys, when we don't have all this DPS trinkets. And this is what happens when we don't have any gushing wounds on anybody. We get some slow games, actually. Some slow games. And Illidan is going to do it for a run. Going to be hitting that 8-minute mark very, very soon, boys. Oh, man. That's tough. Stun onto Krag. It's going to get a disarm onto Illidan. Kragar's health is getting lower. He doesn't have Enrage Regeneration. If Illidan could maybe line up some kind of a big burst into Kragar, he might have it here. Safeguard Trigger probably going to be available for Kragar. Does have the Azeroth Shell. But I think Illidan can actually make a play here. I think at this point, Illidan can actually make a play. Imprison onto Kragar, does not go for Zerker Rage. Stun onto Kragar, maybe some big damage coming out for Illidan. He's going to back up with that I-Beam to follow against a momentary blur. Kragar gets a charge in, try to heal, then Nazat Chicken up and running. Illidan does go for Blade Dance. Big dress, but it gets consumed into the Nazat Chicken. Flying up in the air, getting a couple of those fell lances onto Kragar. Oh my goodness, I never noticed the planet back there. It looks so cool. You see that planet? That is so cool. Oh my goodness, look at that planet. Literally never noticed it before. Kragar again tussling with Illidan. At this point, like, who's gonna win? Kragar has cooldowns coming back. Defensive cooldowns available in just a few seconds. Yeah, this duel is definitely gonna be like a 10-minute one. Holy crap. Trinket by Krag into disarm to Illidan again. Does Illidan go down here? Is this the moment? Stun to Kragar. Let's see if any damage can continue on here. Darkness still available for Illidan. He could drop Darkness if things really get bad. Maybe, potentially. It's gonna be Kragar getting himself a little bit extra rage damage rolling up. Stormbolt to Illidan. Let's see if the big rampage, big execute to follow. Darkness coming in. Illidan needs to get himself as much self-healing as possible. Is gonna go for the flame self-heal. Needs to get himself the I-Beam, get Metamorphosis back up and running. Kragar unable to break through Darkness whatsoever. Safeguard Trinket coming out. Illidan does not go to dispel that Safeguard Trinket at all though. Illidan can fly it up in the air if he wants to Kragar. Does he have the leap available? It's gonna eat a couple fell lances. And there goes the Nazat Trinket absorbing some of those. Yeah, this is gonna go on for a while. Kragar getting massive re-heals there though. I think it was a Warlock Hellstone there, right? Lordy. Stormbolt onto Illidan. And does he have any chance here, man? Does Illidan... Who's gonna win this? I think Kragar so far has just had such an amazing like self-heal gameplay. You would think Illidan would be the class to counter. Big draws on the Kragar. Did not have an answer for that one. No, actually. No Safeguard Trinket, no Regeneration. Wait, could Illidan turn it around? Is this the point? Did we reach that limit in dampening where these boys will actually take out one another? 32% dampening into the duel. 10 minutes in. They're still fighting to the nail. And Kragar, low on health. Try to see if he can get away from Illidan at this point. Stun coming out. Does Illidan have enough damage? Is this going to be the end to Kragar? Does get a commanding shout. Is going to give himself a little bit extra health. Fear onto Illidan. Does still fly up in the air if he wants to do it. Is going to fly up in the air. Kragar goes for a long leap in the wrong direction. Had a pillar next to him. Going to hit a couple of those fell lances while the Nazat Shell is going to keep him alive. Is going to get himself a little bit extra healing. I think from Mova's Hellstone. Is that what it was? I think it was. And Illidan has a little bit extra health ahead of Kragar. Kragar does have a trinket coming up very, very soon. Metamorphosis on that Stormbolt, which is perfect. Stun to Kragar, he trinkets out of it. Does Illidan have any extra damage though? Does have an imprison for Kragar. Has a blur back up. That's a full meta. Better do the most he can with it. Stun to Kragar, he does get a charge heal off it. Kragar going for the flame heals. Illidan can actually dispel those. Kragar might be low. Oh no! and down goes Kragar after a 10-11 minute duel versus Illidanid. Down he goes. Down goes, boys. Down goes. And Illidan not having to go versus Alfera. Still has Metamorphosis available, just going to take the momentum from Kragar into the next Demon Hunter. So mostly out of cooldowns. It looks like Alfera is going to have the advantage here. Does get interrupted onto the I-Beam. Flying up in the air up for Illidan. Is going to Alfera. He's going to drop it on down. Darkness in order to try to absorb as much of this damage. Is he actually going to be able to absorb a lot of it? Big I-Beam onto Illidan. It looks like the Darkness was value absorbed majority of that damage. Tendril is going to be up next as a Fury Warrior. Getting slapped around by a fella with those tentacle slaps. And that's going to be Demon Hunter flying up in the air. Tendril gets himself on a Zod streak of his own. Reflect available as well. Does go for a Crucible Flame, but 42% dampening. Going to make that heal so weak. Stormbolt onto Alfera. Trinkets out of it immediately and just trying to backflip away from Tendril. Just trying to attack Tendril with his own Nazath slappery tendrils. You know what I mean? Fear onto Alfera. During the I-Beam, Tendril goes in for Enrage Regeneration. This way he needs to get a charge. A massive heal. It's going to be a Dwarf form coming out. Stone form coming out for the Dwarf, and Tendril does get himself a charge heal, not with Enrage Regeneration though, so very much down on self heals, trying to maintain himself as best as possible, but Alfera does end up Chaos striking him at the end. Yasha the Paladin is up next, has himself Bubble Bop and everything available, and Alfera is just going to try to see if he can buy himself time until he can get more cooldowns available. Yasha is just going to go in, try to get himself as many resources as possible. Haja and Alfera, wings are up and running, should be able to get a lot of damage here, and there goes that setup. Didn't take him long at all. The Demon Hunter gets slapped down pretty quickly, and Mova or Illidan God are going to be up next. We got Illidanid and Illidan God. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Illidan and Illidan God. Jesus, dude. So many Illidans. Shield of Vengeance up for Yasha as Mova just blasts him with a couple of Chaos Bolts. I don't really know what a Paladin can do against Destro Warlock. There's going to be a lot of pillar humping for a bit because of 51% dampening. So he's going to have to play this super carefully. But it's going to be sacrifice. You see, oh, Bubble comes out for Yasha, getting offensive, and walking away from the pillar. I don't really know if that's what he wants to do. Mova popping it into an Aviz Trinket. And Yasha's out in the open. No wall nearby, is going to get hit with a Mortal Coil. No way out of this with Big Chaos Bolt. One, Fear to stop in place. Second Chaos Bolt up and running, and Yasha does go down. Mary getting hit with a Come Flag before he can really rush at Mova. Mova again making sure to get themselves the full setup. It's going to be Infernal up and running onto Mary. And maybe could get a bunch of Chaos Bolts. Mary just taking so much damage without Yasha touch or Mova touching him. Mary taking so much. Was that just from the Infernal? Was that like crazy procs from Azerites? Did it get hit with a claw or something? I don't understand. He just took so much damage. Just out of nowhere. And Mary behind on health really badly. Flashlights are just not doing it. 56% dampening? I don't really know if you can stop the Destro Warlock at that point. It's going to be a big old Succubus CC onto Mary. Bubbles the Chaos Bolt. Try to get aggressive. Hodge onto Mova. Mova chilling by the pillar. And that's where, or by the gateway. And pillar comes out for Mary. Gonna try to pillar this a little bit. Mova trying to see if he can get a stun around the corner. If he could just get an immolate on the guy from around the corner, that'd be perfect. He's gonna get that immolate. The procs are happening, man. The dots are ticking down. Big Casbolt to follow into Mary. He's setting about half his health. Shadow Fury to follow. Can't go anywhere. Big Casbolt to follow Adam. Doesn't do enough. And Mary gonna get himself some flash of lights. But the immolation is still burning him pretty hard. Succubus is see. I think Mova got him. Around the corner, Kata. That might just do it, dude. I don't think he has the mana anymore. Bop. Last attempt at glory. There it is. And Mova actually landing how many? 3 kills? 4 kills? It says 2 right here, but I think it might have been 3. But there it is, boys. Damn. That was the longest duel between Kragar and the Demon Hunter. And just, man, I don't know, Kragar. I don't know, man. It's so close. I feel like Kragar should try maybe like an offensive playstyle of Fury. I feel like it would be really good. Just go for a little bit more aggressive play, you know? Anyway, let's get another one going, yeah? Got a group ready for newcomer B-Tag, Michael Giro. Are you on EU, my man? Michael, are you on EU? Yes or no? Let me check you in a second. Let me check it, Randall. We could Tompa Lord already. Yeah, let me try to see if we can add Randall here. And if I can add him, then I can get him into the rotation, yeah? Hopefully you recently added me. Or if you haven't, then I can add you. Yes, EU, okay. Michael Giro. Have you tried adding me? Yes, you have. Okay, here you are. Alright, whisper me, send me a message, and I'll get you in the next duel. I'll get you into the next one. We got Lord and Pico Tompa, though. We gotta get those guys in here. They've been waiting for a bit. Jesus, I know you're ready. Chrysler, I know you're ready. I'll get Lord Pico, and then I'll get Chrysler, I think, versus the new guy. Or I'll get Alex versus the new guy. Alex doesn't really get to play much, and we can put Chrysler versus whoever after him. Now, question for you. What's up, Seavark? How you doing, my man? What's your question, my dude? What's your question? If you got a spot open, can I join him? You're rogue. Yeah, I'm on the way to Michael. Yo, check out LFG, boys. Check LFG in the PvP section to see if there's a 5v5 1v1 group going. Most of them will be called 5v5 1v1. Should I play Frost tomorrow? Seavark, if you want to give a Frost a go, dude, you could try. But if you want to come in and slam someone's Arcane, you know these boys love watching you play Fire. They love watching you play Arcane. They love watching you do what you do best. But if you want to really try to make tomorrow a day where you play as much Frost and try to go for a bigger 1vx whatever as Frost, Marketing Gears over the top. If you want to try to make Frost shine tomorrow, man, you're more than welcome to. I think it's one of the fun things in WoW, especially with the end of expansion. Make some goals for yourself, you know what I mean? Make some goals. And if you got a goal, make Frost shine tomorrow, that's a good goal right there, man. That's a good goal right there. It's not a good spec for duels, but if you could blast, man, this is going to be a big switch. Got ourselves Atham, man. Oh, wait. Whoa, we got Team Blue. We got ourselves Dora Mi QT. Dora Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. We got Jimmy Brown. We got Money. We got us Daenerys. Going back into the action. We got Corey back here as well. I love the Mog. Love the fact that you're on Dead too. We got Athman on Team Red. We got us Beerus, Daedra, Obliv, and Shifu Master gonna be first up. We got ourselves the most mobile classes in the game, the Monk versus Demon Hunter at the very beginning. What's up, my Tooks? How you doing, my man? How you doing, my dude? Yo, my Tooks, boys, if you guys want to see some amazing art, join my Discord, by the way. My Tooks got some amazing art of his character, his WoW character, that he posted on there, dude. If you want to see some amazing stuff, you can check out the artist there as well. There's a link to his Twitter if you want to get a commission. He does some really, really nice stuff. If you're a huge fan of, like, action, like, if you're a huge fan of, like, this anime style, but, like, more action based, like really just over the top, I'd say what describe it? What was an anime I could describe? What kind of describe it? I can't make a kill, maybe? I don't know. Big dress coming out for Daenerys though, with a karma out of Shifu as he's seeing huge damage out of Daenerys. Is gonna bail the hell out of there. And Daenerys is going for a bit of a flight. No trinket available. That's gonna be touching death onto Daenerys. Shifu Master better max out the damage. Blur coming out for Daenerys. Actually dodging so many of those Fists of Furies from Shifu. Barely eating much of the damage from the Touch of Death. Karma and Death are down walled. Available for Shifu right now to help him survive the stun. And I think the defuse magic is helping him a little. But Daenerys has got so much aggressive pressure. He's just running circles around them, man. Slamming Chaos Strikes into his face like it's Chaos Bolts. And there it goes. Shifu, man, getting taken down by Daenerys. Looks like it was big stars on top of it as well. Breath by Obliv is going to get a poly onto Daenerys. No trinket available. And there goes that Greta Pyro. Goes in for a Mali as well into Daenerys. He could defuse magic the Mali actually, if he wants to. Maybe that's what he'll do. He could reverse magic. Maybe it might be worth, because he's just not going to be able to get any kind of heals. Trying to get as much damage into Obliv. Big breath. Woo! Meteor comes in. Big breath at low, and the Meteor just comes in slamming down into the boy. And Obliv trying to go for a bit of his money. Subro gonna be up next. Has cold blood in his hands, man. He has the cold blood. Big blood of the enemy onto Obliv. Big dress to follow. Let's get Obliv blink it into the wall just to get out of that stun. But that's huge damage out of money. I feel like money might have went for a big damage. Maybe without getting Nightblade in there, probably should have went for a Nightblade in the opener. Definitely worth the 15% extra damage that it gives you. Money does get it. One Shadow Strike is going to get a Smoke Bomb up and running. Hot boxing in the arena. Obliv is going to have to get himself a little bit of mobility on top of Money. Fire Blast coming out. That's going to be Money with a Radiant Weapon offhand. That's actually really good for sub-rogues. It's a weapon that can do quite a bit of damage, and a lot of sub-rogues have been playing it. Sap onto Obliv, and Money, it looks like he's going to give himself a smallest shield in order to deal with that mastery. First aid coming up for this man, just trying to catch up. I like the first aid plays, man. Isn't it professions in the arena? I like it. Might as well, right? Nothing really stops you. There's going to be a couple stabs by Money into a Nightblade onto Obliv. Kidney Shot to follow. Does have the Root Break on him, and should be able to get a bit of damage onto Obliv. Obliv blinking out of that Kidney Shot. And there goes a Clock of Shadows from Money right now. Why? He got dances up and running, I think. At least he got dance up and running. He has some Shadow Blades available. Polymorph trying to come out for Obliv. Is going to land. Does Money go for a trinket, though? Actually, he's going to go for a trinket late. Try to see if he might be able to get the hell away from Obliv for a moment. Try to see if he can chill behind the pillar. It's gonna be sap onto Obliv. And Money so far is in a decent position, in an advantageous position, man. Not in a bad spot whatsoever. Kidney shot onto Obliv. Big blood of the enemy, big dress available. That lines up really well for him in synergy. Obliv does break out of that kidney shot or cheap shot pretty early on. That's gonna be a poly back onto Money. That's going to be a back and forth between the two, man. Just a back and forth tussle between the blood of the enemy dressed. Between huge damage out of Obliv right now. Not even combustion. That was a big meteor. Big crucible of flame. Money is just super low on health. Having to go for advantage. The master is still burning him, dude. It's going to get him out in the open. Hey, that's a massive heal, though. How did he heal so much? I must have Shadow Meld or Shadow Dance healing, though, right? Percentage healing together with Sippy Cup. That must be it. Because that's huge. Evasion up for Money. Can't really evade a lot of these fat casts. And definitely cannot evade the Mally. That's going to put him in a bad situation. No way of healing. The Master is going to keep burning him. Let's go, I think, for a shadowy duel with Obliv. Is that what happened? And down he goes. I think he went for a shadowy duel. It looked weird. It looked like he got a cloak of shadows there for a second. But I think that's what it was. I think it was a shadowy duel. Breath onto Corey with a Ring of Frost for Obliv. Corey's going to have to get the pets in there. It looks like Corey also playing Flame as an essence as well. Looks like a lot of you guys are playing that. That's going to be the Zod Striker available for the Meteor. Actually, Corey's Logic is getting burned through pretty quickly. For an 80% damage reduction shield, that's quite a bit of damage getting burned. And Oblivious is going to have to go for a bit more kiting spree onto Corey. AMS coming in. Big pets are up and running. And Oblivious doesn't really have an answer for this for a moment. He's just going to have to maybe wait this out. Temporal is going to give him a massive heal. Ice Block does come out against the army of the undead with Corey. So Obliv is burning quite a big defensive hero. Has a trick coming up in a minute. Is he going to need that Ice Block versus Jimmy Bra or Dora QT? Or Dora Cutie? Will he? Well, will he not? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Obliv going in for big combustion. No AMS available for Corey. Does drop down anti-magic zone, just sitting in there. Can't really do anything. So Obliv just tried to hold the anti-magic zone. Helps him a little. Meteor onto Corey. Anti-magic zone does protect him a little, but the Pyroblast do not. He can reduce the damage. He can't stop the damage of magic, though. He can't stop the magic damage. That's the problem. Dorami get interrupted. That's going to be greater power blast available for Obliv. Does Dorami go for an interrupt? Is he an arcane mage? Is that why he can't interrupt? Wait, I think he's an arcane mage. Big blood of the enemy for Dory. Yes, he is an arcane mage. I wonder he couldn't do any interrupts to Obliv. He tried to polymorph him, and Obliv went for a big greater pyro, and Dorami just running circles. I was thinking, like, why wouldn't he crash the G-Pie? Why don't he G-Pie back? Dorami tried to Arcane Explosion, get Obliv out in the open. Blood of the enemy for Dorami, though. Interesting choice. Breath onto Dorami with a Ring of Frost. Does he run out of it? Nope, he's just going to get some Arcane missiles in there. Arcane interrupted. Obliv get interrupted on Arcane. He's going to get a freeze onto Dorami. He's going to get some instant cast damage. Mally to follow. Might be a nice block for Dora. He's going to get himself invis. 60% damage reduction, but that Mally's still huge. Finally gets himself health. An Ice Box in Obliv's face. Maybe he was hoping that Obliv would burn a breath, and that's going to be a Pyroblast at the end. Obliv right now, man, this man is just going for a big old 1v4. He only has a Jimbra to deal with. Jimbra with that Bone Scythe, the OG Bone Scythe Mog. Big bite getting thrown out of Obliv, playing Assassination. Kidney Shot is going to be able to blink out of those. Trying to land a Polymorph onto Jimbra. Or Jimmy, bro. Actually, walking into the smoke bomb, that's going to be a cloak of shadows for Jimmy. He's going through a lot of cooldowns. Obliv does have Cauterize, if anything. He might need to use that Cauterize. Actually, Shadow Meld for Obliv. Even though Jimmy had Vendetta on him. Interesting. He's going to try to go for some food. Does have a trinket for the stuns. Garota's not going to help him. Dressigath did do damage, but not as much as he thought he would. Breath onto Jimmy, bro. No trinket available for Jimmy, by the looks of it, unless it's bugged. It might be bugged. Jimmy, does he have a trinket for it? No more cloak of shadows. Meteor onto Jimmy, though. And Obliv might need to walk Jimmy back into Meteor. He does walk him into Meteor. His feet are sizzling, and actually Jimmy is the one. No! What is going on? Why is he melting? What is this? Are you playing Blaster Master Build or something? What is going on? You just burned that man to a crisp. I think it burned everybody to a crisp. But that man was just melting in dots. Obliv? What was that build? He's not even shimmering everywhere. He just G-Pieing whenever he can. Just to cheese it. But he doesn't even need it, does he? He've ascended. Lots of Fire Blast, couple G-Pies, of course. Obsidian, maybe that's what he had, is a claw on the guy at the end. Maybe that's what will do it. Concentrated Flame does work though. The dot itself does pretty well as well. Live and Bomb, which is gonna get that Ignite proc. Damn, dude. That's actually so much. That is crazy, boys. That is absolutely crazy. And we got us this Randall here. Yo, can we get a Randall versus Alex? And we can get Chrysler versus somebody after, yeah? Alrighty, boys. Jesus and Krager played each other. Did Jesus and Chrysler play each other? I think... No, yeah, they have. So I'll get Krager versus Chrysler. We'll do that. Because Jesus and Chrysler, I think, played each other already. He don't flame him. He only said he was just gonna eat him. Wait, what? He didn't flame him. He said only the mage gonna eat him. Huh? Care about G-Pie? You think so? You got legit care about G-Pie? Because it didn't look like he used it that often, man. It didn't look like he used it that much. Oh my god, my chat broke again. My chat broke, boys, so there's a good chance that you didn't see your message. My name is Rev, I'm being added you. Rev, let me see if I can get you. Michael Giro, I got him. Rev, did I get you added? Sorry, boys, my chat broke. Well, next game is going to be Chrysler and Krager. We'll get him going in just a second. Rev. I'm going to look for your Rev. I'm bad at this, right? I'm bad at finding people's names. I'm bad at this. Is it Rev or Riv? Rev. R-E-V. Have you added me yet? I'm not seeing Revs. I'm not seeing a lot of Revs. R-E-V. Did I miss you already? There's a good chance I did. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm trying to skim through it, but I'm bad at this. Roz. Not Rev. Rod. Fighter. Almost like Foo Fighter. Real God of War. Is he though? But is it though? But is it though? Fire Mage strong, dude. It is nuts. It is nutty. Okay, let's get Alex. No, let's go Alex. Let's do Alex and Michael Giro. Alex and Michael Giro, because that's a new name, man. That's a new person. That's a new person in the group. Christina wasn't able to join the queue. Alex, are you offline or online? Or are you not a group lead? If you're not a group lead, let me know and I'll queue somebody else against Michael. No one make it an EU group? Boys, there's plenty of EU groups available. Horde and Alliance, man. If you guys don't see when you go, make one in LFG. Thanks for the answer. Cool, cool, cool. Which is the region playing EU Friday, Saturday, NA, boys? EU Friday and Saturday, NA. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Matix? That looks awesome. Okay, Christina's back. Christina's online, or they're our lead over group. We got Christina versus Michael next. Let's see where we go from there. Enough resistance to stack it? Yeah, we do have a lot of resistance, not gonna lie. Strict added me a message. Wait, hold on. Guilty? Oh, do I have guildies that want to join duels tomorrow? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yo, Michael and Alex, make sure you guys are out LFG when we queue. I'll give you guys 30 seconds. Make sure we are out of LFG before we queue, okay? Michael, Giro, and Alex, be sure to get out of LFG and I'll try to requeue you guys in like 30 seconds. Why only toxic players today? All of them mad because losing critics? Toxic players? Well, in this community we don't have a lot of toxicity in my band, Sale. Actually, this community is pretty non-toxic. The guys, regulars in here, man, they're actually super nice and really friendly dudes. Ask what you're doing. What am I doing? Like with my life? That's an existential question I really would like to know how to answer. You have a massive habit of curling mustache. A massive habit of curling. The right side curls naturally, right? I really just, I taught that one right. This one I'm still teasing into the position, to be honest. It's still a work in progress. I have mustache wax. I need to use the employer more often. This one naturally has this curve now. This one is still doesn't play right. But there's a problem because there's actually parts of a mustache, right? The problem is I was trying to curl the whole part of the mustache. There's a back part that actually wants to go down naturally. There's a front part that can curl upwards. But when you try to curl the whole thing, the back hairs bring everything down. So now I'm trying to get better at separating this. Because this one separated naturally fine. This one I'm starting to get separated the front of the mustache. So it can curl a little better. And there's some hairs that I definitely do want to curl. And you just gotta tease the rest of them to want to curl back up. But once I get it to that point, it'll be perfect. That can be incredibly toxic. Pineapple toppings on pizza. I like pineapple on pizza. Am I toxic? Am I part of the problem? I like pineapple on pizza. Am I toxic though, boys? Go Cracker, bro. Yo, I'll get Cracker in as soon as I can. We gotta get Michael here and Alex. Gotta get Michael and Alex in here. Christina, again, unable to join the queue. Christina, I don't know if you're online or offline. We gotta re-queue again, man. I could be incredibly toxic, bro. Britney Spears. Oh my god, dude. When I join Livestream for some WoW content and you walk in with a mustache pep talk. True, true, true. True, boys, true. I'm just sharing my secrets. It's a journey on my own, man. Pineapple pizza is gag. What? I like pineapple pizza, though. I actually legit like it. Yup, I accept. Okay, Viper. I'll get you in as soon as I can. Do you have LG? Alex and Michael, I'm trying to queue you guys. It's not really doing it easily. I'll try again. Make sure you're out of LFG. Make sure you are out of any LFG. Make sure you're online on BNet as well. Had pizza this afternoon. No, actually I had pizza yesterday, so today it's actually going to be a bunch of subs from Domino's. It's going to be a couple of different subs from Domino's. There's like a bunch now on the counter. Out of LFG. Cool, I'll try again. And everything. Okay, I'll try one more. I don't know if it's working or not. I don't know if Alex is there. I don't know if Alex is able to. We might just have to get Michael versus Kreiser and Alex versus Kragar. Well, they're actually dueled each other. So I might need to get Pico Tomp or Lore versus Kragar. Loving your legendary vids. Yo, I'm glad you guys are liking them, man. Yo, Arturus actually had a Warlock one ready. I have a Priest one in the works. I have a Monk one in the works. And I have one more class that I'm missing right now in my head in the works. But I had a couple other classes, and I decided to, I already had Warlock 1 edited, ready to upload, and then I checked out the Paladin. I was like, you know what, let's take the time, let's spend extra hours in the evening, let's push the Paladin one because I really got excited about those. I really want to push out the legendaries that I'm excited about, that are cool, that are looking like a lot of fun. You know what I mean? How do I join in? LFG, man, LFGQ. You gotta just type, check LFG if it's available. Christina, again, unable to join. We're gonna put Christina, Alex on the side. We'll get Kreiser versus Michael instead. We'll see if Christina's comes back maybe in a bit. Michael, Gyro. Is it Gyro or Gyro? Like, is it Gyro? Is that like the Greek food, right? Maybe? A hero? How do you say it? There's like a billion ways. Nobody knows, it feels like. 5V5 1 by Dal, join this group. No, it's not by me, but it is a 5V5 1 groups that are available in LFG. I want to say Feral Mate. We had a Christina early as a Feral. Hopefully we'll see more Ferals in the future. I was debating whether to main, and your bits help me, man. Yo, Arturus, if you guys are trying to figure out what to main for Shadowlands, I would wait until pre-patch. I would wait until balancing is done. I would wait until all class stuff is finished. I know I'm already gonna main a Rogue, but that's because I love Rogue. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, Kreiser and Michael, we'll queue you guys back in. Michael, I think your group is maybe broken. Alex, are you here, by the way? Christina, are you here, man? Hit me up on LG. Hit me up on a PM, DM. Let me know. Final verdict animation is the new TV. The final verdict is the new TV. Yo, I like that hammer spinning, though. It looks cool as that last verdict. The last verdict looks awesome. It didn't work, but here we are. Now we got a DC. Okay, Michael, I'll give it a minute. I'll give it like a minute. Hopefully you guys not gonna have a DC in a minute. Let me know when you have a 5-man. If you don't have a 5-man, then I'll have to get I think Kreiser and Krager already played. Or did they? I think did Kreiser and Krager already play them? I need to get Lore versus Kragar. And Kreiser I can get versus Pico Tampa, but I think those guys already played. Kreiser and Jesus I think played already. Yes, they have. I guess Pico Tampa and Kreiser can play. Jesus I know is ready. Michael, we're gonna try to see if we can get you versus Kreiser. If not, then we'll have to go moving on to the next one. I lost track of like who is first, who is last, to be honest. I'm a main Venti Warrior. I'm glad that you're actually deciding on your Covenant though. Venti Warrior sounds like awesome. I like their Covenant ability. I think the execute ability is awesome looking. For your challenge in October, September, pre-patch. Probably October, September. The earlier the better, honestly. I would have loved it if they released it in August. Personally, I would have loved it if they were to release it in August. So we could just shed these corruptions, shed the necklaces, shed the Azeroth gear, and play our classes without any of that extra business. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's going to happen that early as August. Maybe September, October. So they released the beta this month. So usually after the beta goes up, 3 months after is a pre-patch. And then for a couple months it's going to be pre-patch, and then it's actual expansion launch. So I think it's gonna most likely be, what is it? We're in July. It's gonna be August, September, probably October, and then November release. Well, actually, if it is November release, unless it's December release, the actual release of the expansion, I would have loved August. Personally, would have loved August pre-patch. Would have loved it. Just be like, okay, this is like you cut off to get. I think in August you'll still be able to get your cutting edge. Actually, you'll still be able to do that. Okay, Kreiser, Michael, I'm gonna try queuing you guys one more time. If it does not work, then I will do probably Lord and Kragar. Oh, it worked this time. Okay, cool. We got Kreiser and Michael, so at least we have that type of setup. Okay, I think we're good. I think we get it better. Mustard triggers me, it's not dead center on your nose. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It like nothing grows down the middle of my nose. I can't really do much about it. Maybe if I can get it to grow bigger and I can like fluff it to cover the middle so it can be more full. I can't help it. You boys seen him preach the interview with Lord, our Lord and Savior? I have not seen him preach his interview. I have not yet. I've seen only tweets about it, but I've not seen it. But I know that I heard that apparently they're going to be redoing conduits. The community was like, I don't want my conduits to get destroyed. And the Blizzard was like, loud and clear, we're not sure what we're going to do with it, but we are going to fix it. They're listening, boys. I keep telling y'all, Blizzard is listening, man. They're listening to the community. That's the most important part. Blizzard is listening to the community feedback, trying to make Shadowlands better. That's why I'm excited about this expansion, man. This is why I can't be pessimistic. It's because Blizzard is constantly listening and improving and adjusting. And improving is the keyword, improving. They are doing it better. They are making it better. So far, I don't think there haven't been a change that has been bad. Switch. Oh, maybe there have been, but you know, I noticed actually now. Yeah, Washi's going to be first up on a team of 4. Hopefully, team of Ornash, Kryaz, and Kreiser does get a 5th to zone in at some point or another. Yawashi, though, trick inside of it is Randall. Oh, no, Dizzle. The Dizzle and the Hizzle. That's like the only time I'll actually be able to do that. The Dizzle and the Hizzle. Going up as a fire mage, trying to let a polymorph onto your watch. It's going to be G-Pie in the face, maybe a Shimmer to follow as well. Nope. Actually, just didn't even go for it. Didn't even go for the G-Pie. Gets turned away. It did hit a meteor into your Washi. Because for a big damage, big bike to follow. I thought it was somebody riding on the mount for a second, but nope, it's just your Watcher with a random bike just rolling in. We got us a Team Blue with Frostboss. We got Randall back here as well. We got Uriel May, and we got ourselves Z-Ha-Ra. Dizzle sitting about half his health. You watch it, caught a full reset. That's going to be Cloak of Shadows and Trinket out. Dizzle probably has a Trinket unless he has Human Racial already used up. But he's trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of a grub, catch up on a bit of food. I do like that Mog. You look like a dungeon boss, honestly. Is that not a dungeon boss Mog? I feel like it would be. Big dress onto Dizzle as the assassination rogue Yawashi is doing so much damage. Blink next to Yawashi and a polymer for fall. Dizzle's still taking quite a bit of damage, but the polymer walks him behind the wall. That poly actually gives him a line of sight, which is so perfect. Wait, does he line the Great Pyro? No, he walks out in the open for that one, dude. He walked in the open out for that one. That would have been hilarious if the cat just went behind the box as the G-Pie came out. But Yawashi is still going to be able to catch up on health. And it looks like Dizzle is going to catch up on health. For Yawashi, this is bad because Dizzle is recovering a lot of health. Actually mounts up before he can finish eating. I would have just sat there. At that point, I would have just sat there. It's been proactive, picking up the eyes so you can see Yawashi from a mile away. Still might be able to go for a bit of food. But he might be able to see Yawashi. He is going to try to see if he can eat. Yawashi, is he going to come out? He's going to wait for the eyes to be done. He's going to give Dizzle food. He's going to give Dizzle food. Walking up, he sees him. That's going to be a root. And that's going to be a breath to fall onto your watcher with a poly right after. And looks like Greater Pyro is going to connect. As long as he can get the Meteor or whatever he wants to go for. Ring of Frost is to connect. Connects. That's going to be a watcher tricking out of it. G-Pie's coming out. And I think Dizzle tried to go one side of the box. Did not get enough blinks in order to get a second G-Pie in. Cloak of Shadows up for your watcher though. And can't really do much about it. That's going to be Vendetta by the Rogue. Does he have big damage to follow? Big Reaping Flame damage onto Yawashi. And a Vendetta rolling up on Dizzle. Does have a big combustion rolling. Yawashi does not have Cloak of Shadows. It could be big Pyroblast enough to finish Yawashi with the big Reaping Flames. And he is still melting to the fire though. Does he go down right here? Oh, the procs. The Asteroid procs just took him out, boys. And Ornash is going to be up next. Just getting in the aggressive breath by Dizzle. This is going to give a G-Pie to Ornash. This tempo is up for Ornash right now. Dizzle is going to steal a little bit of that temp. He's going to get a little bit of small heal from Ornash's temp. Got a temp of his own. The dots are still melting Dizzle. Might be a cauterize here. Looks like he's not gonna have a cauterize. Did he just human racial out of this? Did he just pop human racial? It's gonna be a little bit of that cauterize dropping for Dizzle. Has Icebox still. If he needs to breath miss by Ornash. Ornash looks like he's real lagging all over the place though. Man, this is so weird looking. I think it's because he's dismounted, like blinking. Sometimes he can bug mages out in duels like this. That's gonna be Dizzle with not a lot of health. Polymorph onto Ornash. Dizzle doesn't really have a good line of sight in order to get a G-Pie in there. Still, it's gonna be repoly. Maybe G-Pie unless Ornash interrupts it. Does not interrupt it. Just goes for a Pyroblast instead. Just trying to get some big damage into Dizzle instead. And Ornash didn't really take any. That doesn't even look like he took a G-Pie. Does take down Dizzle with a couple Pyros to follow. And down goes, boys. Down goes. It looks like it's going to be a Frost boss up next. Is a Frosty Mage. He got himself a nice courier mount. Oh, I like this color. It's got that little purple in there. It's going to be adaptation for Frost boss. It's going to be a repoly again by Ornash. With a meteor to follow. First boss does pop AMS. That's going to be a bunch of Pyros coming down for Ornash. AMS for Frost boss. Trying to see if he can get him rooted. Not going to happen though. Frost boss not getting stopped. Just unstoppable for the time being, but needs to get a lot of damage back to Ornash. Doesn't want to get hit by a Ring of Frost. It looks like it's going to happen either way. Not as going to be as short as the hour of my life, though. Frostboss can still run over it. There we go. It's going to go for a big old sacrifice of health. Big old death pact. Got himself the necrotics on his health, but at least gives him a lot of healing. That's going to be Ornash with that Invis Trinket. Interesting choice. I like the Invis Trinket better than some of this like defensive trinkets though, boys. I like that because it at least gives you like an opportunity to catch a reset. Not a lot of people use it, but it's still kind of useful. Polymorph coming out into Frost Boss. It's going to be a full CC with bigger G-Pies coming out, greater G-Pies coming out onto Frost Boss. That's get himself a transfusion. That's a lot of self-heals. And Ornash is going to take a bit of damage from Frost Boss here. The Frost Boss needs to keep Ornash next to him. Does go for a grip. Needs to make sure Chain of Ice is Ornash at all times. Since the Frost DK needs to make sure the slows are always on him. Always, you gotta harass the mage. You gotta slow him down the whole time. AMS it, just a walk through the Ring of Frost. And Ornash still might just wait until AMS is over and then get a freeze onto a Frost Boss. Does have interrupt if he wants to. Does go for an interrupt on the poly. Waited out for Ring. And Ornash is still taking a lot of pressure. Lots of damage from Frosty. Into a adaptation right now. Does get the Chain of Ice. Polymorph still is gonna come out of Frost Boss. Is at least gonna get extra health because of the poly. And Ornash is still a little bit behind, at least health-wise. Stun onto Ornash. Does Frost Boss have any damage to follow? He just got so much sustain, but not enough burst as a Death Knight. It's just so rough. Just lots of sustain. So you can chain all day. Grip is super nice. He can blind if he wants to. Like, he can go for a blind play. I wonder if for Frost DK, I know that a lot of Frost DKs play the Spite Trinket in arenas. I wonder if it was forged for Frost Boss to maybe play a blind into a Spite. He will grip somebody, blind him, drop a Spite on top of him, then chain them and keep him in the Spite for as long as he can, let in Spite stack up and kind of use an enemy's corruptions against them. I wonder if that is worth in a 1v1 duel for a Frost Mage. I've never seen it before. Or Frost DK. I've never seen it before. But I wonder if it's worth. Ring of Frost coming in for Ornash. Maybe hoping to get a G-Pie into Frostboss. Frostboss did AMS a little bit early. Gets a grip and a stun to Ornash. Could maybe that be the kill for Frostboss? Getting this obliterates of Frost. I started to make that play work as best as possible. Ornash super low in health. Temple up and running. Has Cauterize. No, Cauterize is not available anymore actually. No Ice Block. Actually, I think Frostboss could have it right here. Ornash barely any health left. Frostboss does take him out in the last second. As we hit in that 7-minute mark. That is rough. Does get a Death Pact versus Cryzer. Cryzer is going to get a second CC stun to fall onto Frost Boss. And that's going to be back-to-back Chaos Bolts and a big old Cataclysm. Cryzer just takes out Frost Boss without mercy. Not even another duel. And that's going to be Zahara up next. As a Void Elf on Holy Death Knight getting a grip onto Cryzer. He's going to drop down a big old Infernal, trying to get some immolates onto everybody. It's going to be Gateway right now, no grip available, and Cryzer can actually just wait out Zahara's pets completely. That's going to be IBF and AMS for Zahara used already. Cryzer could just pop walls. There's going to be Dark Soul right here. If he can keep Zahara out in the open, maybe hit him with a... yeah, there it goes. Hit him with a Mortal Coil, trying to get a Chaos Bolts up and running while Wall is up. Zahara played super defensive. Zahara is still just melting down to damage. Chaos Bolt might be hit, and down he goes. All he needed was a Chaos Bolt, but even without the Chaos Bolt, that Infernal and all that damage with the pets, the Immolate was doing work. Yuri. Let's call him Yuri. Ural May. I don't even know. May. Was it M-A-E or M-E-A? How do you pronounce it? Yuri, though, versus Kreiser. Kreiser only has Reflect available. No chicken for about a minute. We'll have a human Rachel in 30 seconds. And Yuri's just charging right at him. He's going to get interrupt onto the Fear. Kreiser can bait out an interrupt on the Fear and sink a Casbolt into him immediately. But Kreiser definitely needs to get himself a bit of a reset. The bleeds are going to be rotting him down. Dampening is only 23% dampening. Kreiser trying to see if he can go for food. Yuri going to catch himself not even a reset. The sacrifice doesn't even go to stop the Feral. Which is going to be interesting. Mortal Coil into Yuri does have a pre-wall ready that does hit him with a Fear. This is going to be a full Fear. Kreiser is going to sink a Casbolt into Shadow Fear from a distance. Yuri, no trick available. Second Casbolt into a Cataclysm. Huge damage to Yuri. Actually having to pop wall at the end. Another Casbolt is going to hit him. Does have a wall for this one, though. Tricky coming out for Kreiser. Has Reflect. If anything, if Yuri has, I guess, anything magical? Reaper Flames would have been perfect to have a Reflect, but Yuri does end up shutting in the Jaws of Life onto Kreiser's head, and down goes right after Kryaz. Takes him out very quickly. Randall, last one left is an Arcane Mage. It comes down to Assassination Rogue versus Arcane. As Spam Mir looks like he is out of the game. Or maybe he just... Wait, is... Wait, he's moved. Okay, so I actually have no idea how to spectate Spamir, but he is part of the Team Red. Technically. But I literally can't even like switch to him. Because I can switch to Kreiser, he's in the F marker. I can switch to Yawashi because he's still in the game. I can't switch to Kreiser because he's a spectator now. Yeah, but interesting. Interesting. So Randall does have a Demon Hunter to go after if he does defeat Kryaz. But Kryaz is already getting lots of damage onto Randall from afar. And a bike to follow right after does get himself a Temporal. But Randall needs to get himself a good line of sight onto Kryaz. Needs to make sure you get the another Tempest on him too. In order to keep the Rogue out in combat. It's going to be Ice Block. I see it's a kidney shot from Kryaz. Cloak shot is coming in for the Rogue. I think the Rogue is in such a massive advantage here that he's just going to burn every cooldown, just take down Randall. Invis coming in for Randall. I think he still has dots though, but Invis at least give him that 60% damage reduction. No, full Invis, no dots. So Randall maybe can go for food. Maybe Kryaz will be looking for him at a, far away. Does go for an Invis with some food. Might be able to get a tick or two. Maybe. It looked like he didn't. Maybe he got hit with Distract and that's what broke him out of food. And Kryaz is going to try to see if he can get himself a proper opener onto Randall. No trick available for the Mage, no Ice Block either. So Kryaz honestly can control this fight as much as he wants to. Got himself a nice Poison Bomb prog, big dress into Randall. That's going to be a Shadow Meld, cheap shot to follow right after, another cheap shot right after, with a big old Envenom to follow, get himself a feint. Randall got himself a Temporal, try to see if he can get some damage into Kryaz. Does get interrupted onto Arcane. Nova does come out. Randall is still taken down to dots for Kryaz, just hoping the dots are just continue doing the work. Shield is up for Randall, but it's not really doing that much to him. Does get the eyes up, trying to heal, and down he goes as the dots just take him out. That was a rough one, dudes. That was a rough one. Orange got a lot of damage in there, though. Quite a bit of Pyroblast in there and everything. You got this Arcane. Let's see those jigs, dude. That's hard at the end, man. I guess a Sass that late into the game, that is tough. Not gonna lie, that's a hard one. Prince, how you doing, my man? Full group ready? All right, we've got to get you in here next. Yeah. I think Kragar and Lord needs to fight each other, and then we can get Prince. And we can get Prince versus Jesus. I got you, my man. We can get you versus Jesus. How does that sound? EU 303, yeah, 302, yeah, 303. Perfect. Let's get Lord in here versus Kragar. We'll see if they're ready. Yes, they're ready. Kragar. Let's see how these boys do. The Team Russia versus Team Lord, man. We'll see how they play. No, Feral, how can you lose that? Oh, dude, this is so tough for a Feral too, man. Come on. That was really good play. That was well played for Kreiser, man. Very well played. He got him into a Fear. Big old Chaos Bolt into a Fear. Chaos Bolt, Shadow Fear into another Chaos Bolt into a Cataclysm. That is a lot of damage back to back. And if only Kreiser had Reflect out before the Reaping Flame, he might have been able to reflect the Reaping Flames back to the Feral. But I was just rough at the end. I mean, the Feral did really, really well. But at the end, that Rogue, I mean, he got some dots on its hit, man. Don't really know what you can do about it. Unless you have Wall and you're prepared, and you just wasn't prepared. Full stun and done. Fighter's Vial. Oh, yeah. So he has a toy if you guys are asking for the Purple Breath smoke. Plus, I can go in DK. Loving the Legendaries from Frost one seems good, but then the Holy One seems mixed up burst and it was just saying, yeah. Yeah, Frost and Hole Legends seem to be pretty plain. Like they're pretty simple, but they look good. They look simple, but they do look good. I like the I hope Frost and Hole get at least one extra legendary, because right now they don't really have a lot to pick from. So hopefully they'll get more in the future. The Twitch. Got ourselves your boy Kragar on Team Blue. We also got ourselves Cam as an arms warrior. We got Illidan God. We got ourselves Vor. We got Vor. We got ourselves Alfera as well. And it's got to be Athomem versus Kragar. On Team Red, we also got Beerus. We got Danger. We got Obliv. We got us a Slice and Dice. Pretty sure he's happy the Slice and Dice is coming back into Shadowlands, because then it's a perfect ability. Corsair, just a talent for Outland, just not that good. But Slice is coming back in the game. I'm honestly excited. I think it's going to be a really cool mechanic. It's going to be a really unique mechanic. Does Atherman have a Pepe on his head? Do you have a ninja Pepe? Is that a ninja Pepe? He looks like he's you got a little katana in the back. He got a little like mask on. Oh, that's kind of cute looking. Make sure you don't die, Atho. Otherwise, the ninja Pepe is going to be sad, man. That's going to be your objective. Keeping him enjoying the duels up close and personal. Like, he got the best seat in the house, man. He's going to watch the face of his enemies crumble. Stormbolt into Atho. He is playing adaptation for this one. Looks like maybe he might have been relent for the other duel. And I don't know what kind of build Atho got going on, but he's just not taking any damage right now. He's just really, really durable. Kragar, though, taking a bit of damage, but he is a Fury Warrior. He is going to be able to heal quite a lot here. I don't really know if that was a good idea to put Kragar and Atherman as the first people up and running, because Kragar just got so much healing while there's no dampening. And Ather got a lot of self-heals too. Huge flash of light. You almost thought it was a lay on hands or something. Kragar does have a safeguard trick procket from him. Disarm onto Ather. Hodge to Kragar, and Ather is just going to try to do as much damage as he can. While Hodge is up, it's going to go for a bomb. Kragar can't heal from it. It's going to try to see if he can run out of the NASCAR and over. Kragar just needs to survive just a little longer until Bop is up. That's going to be the Azot trigger coming into clutch play. And Ather needs to see if he can get the hell away from Kragar, not let him heal up. But that was a pretty bold move to play the Bob there without wings or anything. If you could get a full Bob onto Kragar with wings off of the Hodge, I think that would have been a really good play. It might have been the end right there. But it looks like these two are going to end up playing it just a little bit longer. Kragar popping and cooldown stun by Ather. Wings are up. He does have Enrage Regeneration. Doesn't have enough here to deal this. It's going to go for Bloodthirst healing as much as possible. Flame whenever he can. A massive heal for Kragar. Catch himself back up to full health as soon as possible. That is going to be Enrage Regen down. Still holding on to a trinket, so he still has a defensive available to deal with Ather, and is going to be able to get those Recklesses back to back to back. Once you have the better Recklesses available in Shadowlands, I think you're going to like it. And Atherman's adaptation does get proc for those Strombold. But looks like Kragar actually might have him on the ropes. Could be huge close execute. There's going to be Shield of Vengeance available for Ather. It looks like he does get the pummel out of Kragar. He's able to flash to let himself to full. Going to be wings. Kragar triggers out of it. Disarms Ather before he can get the big damage here. But Shield of Vengeance is most likely still going to pop. Kragar was right away from it before it really popped off. And Kragar popping an Azot ticket for Ather's wings, but I think the wings do outlast an Azot. But Kragar is able to deny a lot of the damage for Ather during his wings, trying to reduce it in any capacity he can, whether through an Azot ticket, whether through fear, whether through the stun, through the disarm. So Ather's burst is going to be kind of out of the window, and Kragar is still in the chase with Ather, trying to see if he can get into the offensive, trying to go for the flame play in order to get the damage rolling as we hit him that 3-minute mark, boys. Getting an interrupt into Ather, but it looks like Kragar does not have enough damage as a Fury Warrior to just really capitalize on an interrupt. He needs to get Ather super low before he can get him really down into that execute level. Once he adds that execute into the regular rotation, then it'll have a lot of pressure and a lot of advantage for Ather. It's really going to be down to getting Kragar low, maybe getting a Hodge in the guy, and then popping in big wings like he's doing right here. Huge damage by Ather onto Kragar. Templar just cut his health in half. Kragar goes in for a Stonebolt onto Ather. And man, that's rough. Nazat's trinket to give Kragar a little bit extra self-healing. Ather is actually burning through that Nazat's trinket pretty quickly, though. As Templar's Verdict's actually just obliterating it. So that's a lot of that shield that's reduced by 80%. I think it might be changed in PvP. Maybe it's like 40. But it's still a damage reduction either way. It's huge. On a minute-long cooldown, too, it's actually nuts. But you're going to be here for a while, boys. This is going to be a long duel between Ather and Kragar as we hit in the 5-minute mark. Oh, wait. Ather maybe getting low. Maybe execute. For Kragar, no. Getting that close to execute, but that Shield of Vengeance is going to stop him, preventing the damage. And wings available for Ather. As long as it stays next to Kragar while the Shield of Vengeance is up. He'll be able to do a lot of damage with it. Hodge onto Krager. Shield of Avenger's gonna pop. Safeguard Trick and Krager's health just completely. It's almost like the reverse health just now. It's almost like the reverse. It's almost like Atherman's bubble popped and then gave bubble to Krager. It's almost like the shield just bounced from one another. That's hilarious. But Krager does recover in a lot of health, and regeneration was used in order to survive, and more Nazatric is being used in order to give him a lot more of that survivability. Man, it's gonna be rough. Yeah, this game is definitely going to the dampening, boys. Damn wings, I know, right? Also, the macro of those CDs, I guess, looks cool, to be honest. There's a purple, yeah, so they, that purple smoke that some people use in Duels, boys, it's on a Darkwind Fair toy. And then macro it into burst, they'll just pop a big purple smoke. Bring 1v1 rating to WoW, please. I don't think WoW could ever actually do 1v1's Chosen One. Because 1v1s are super difficult to balance, and Blizzard has a hard time balancing class of PvP already. I think maybe if they would need to make it so that every class can like self-heal and every class has defensive. So basically bring it back to like what classic WoW was like. Then they'll be able to make classes more balanced for like pure 1v1s maybe. And even WoW classic 1v1s were difficult to balance too. But yeah, it's gonna be really rough, man. I don't think they could honestly make a pure 1v1 unless they have to redesign the game completely. Where classes don't really have roles specifically. Mage need a heal. Mage actually getting a heal through conduits. We'll learn about that in the future in the beta, boys. Mage actually getting a heal in Ice Block and conduits. If you remember that heal back in Mob, where if you Ice Block, you heal over time, they're bringing that back where you heal while in Ice Block. As a conduit, as a defensive conduit. So it's almost like a defensive glyph. Shields for Warrior. That is coming back in Shadowlands, actually. So you'll be able to pop a shield, and you want to pop shield block if you need to. So that's coming back. Same thing for Paladins. You can actually pop a shield and use it in rage. What is it? The Dirt Shield block or Dirt Shield mitigation for armor. So that's what's going to come back. It's going to be interesting how that'll play into PvP in the next expansion. Wings are up for Atho. Fear are out for Kragar. And Ratha is actually, Kragar's just running away from the wings. We're hitting the 7-minute mark, 12% dampening, and Atherman's wings. I think of the 2-minute wings too. And Kragar's just going to run out of there. Man, Kragar, I really want to see this guy play some DBS trinkets, man. Like less defensive, more offensive. Huge enrage regeneration come out as he gets cleaved by Atho. That Tempest Verdict just does so much damage. And Kragar's just having to play it super safe and carefully around Atho. He's going to get a big old leap, trying to make sure Atho does not get away. So as the wings are down, this is where the Paladin's going to take a lot of damage. Nazatric can proc it for Kragar, so maybe he can stay. Maybe that's the idea, is he's trying to use Nazatric and Safeguard Chicken so he can stay more aggressive. But I feel like before Warrior, you just have so much self-heal in PvP. Staying aggressive is difficult. It also does help that this class is it's a crit class in PvE, and crit is not being good in PvP. Makes it that much harder to really play it, because crit is not as effective in PvP unless you're a shaman, elemental in particular, which is a little bit rough. Kragar does go for a more enrage region, oh not enrage region, recklessness. Trinkets out of the Hodge from Atho, still just trying to maximize the damage, but Atho, I mean, he takes a little bit of damage. He does a lot of damage, but he doesn't really take nearly as much as Kragar. It's really going to come down to the late dampening, boys. Room for the Warrior here? Really? He does have an Azotric and a Safeguard Trinket, so he's really trying to make it work, man. Last duel, he had against a 10 minutes for it with a Demon Hunter, and it was 11 minutes, actually, and you almost won. He got so close. It was rough, but he's really good. I'm just surprised he's going for such defensive trinkets. I would expect for Kragar to go more with the meta trinkets that are more offensive, like the bike and dress. Maybe go with the big blood of the enemy, because I think Freer Warriors have enough healing, have enough survivability, but the thing they lack is damage. But Kragar decided he's going to go even more survivability with tank trinket from Nazath, as well as Safeguard trinket from PvP. And he's just going to try to see if he can survive Atham. And maybe his damage might be enough to just outlive him, right? Battle of attrition. Safeguard Trinket proc for Kragar. Strumbled again into Atho. Atho is yet to use Bubble, or I guess he used Bop once, but he didn't use it defensively. He used more just to make sure Kragar doesn't have any kind of heals. Then Kragar does have enrage regeneration coming back, so Atherman could use a Bop or a Bubble for it to deny Kragar any kind of healing. He could technically do it. Does get a charge heal off of Atho. Both of these warriors, Warrior of Light and Warrior of Arms, are both super low on health, getting lower and lower and lower. Hodge and the Kragar. Does Atho have any damage to continue here? Actually goes for Flash of Light instead. Double Flash of Light does get interrupted with a pummel by Kragar. It looks like Kragar might be able to just turn this around. Get nice and close into Atho. Does hit him with Stormbolt. That is going to be Shield of Vengeance. Cracker does have an Azot Trinket. Atherman is going to be able to get himself Flash of Light since no pummels available from the Warrior. And Cracker is looking to get away from Shield of Vengeance. So we hit him that 9 minutes, 50 seconds, almost 10 minute mark. Atherman might be able to maybe combo Wings. Nope, cannot combo Wings as Cracker leaps away from Shield of Vengeance. This is so much just self-healing. Cracker has a Trinket back up and Rage Regeneration back up. Wings are up for Atherman right now. Does get a disarm onto Atho. Hodges to Cracker. Trinkets it immediately. Cracker actually kind of low on health. Does not get the pummel onto Atho. It's going to be Stormbolt into Atho. Bubbles it as Cracker goes for Enrage Regen. Cracker goes for Commanding Shout. He cannot get any heals from Atho. Does Atho get any damage back to Cracker? Hits him with a slow. Could be a charge out of Cracker any moment. That's going to be Judgment for Atho from afar with a flame. Does Cracker have a flame of his own? Or does he go down right then and there? Does get Execute Sentence from afar. Charge, Fury into Atho. Atherman has adaptation for it, and down he goes! 10 minutes! Cracker, I really think you should consider some damage trinkets. You are just the most survivable warrior I've ever seen. But I think without the damage the Fury Warrior has, it's a little rough. And that's going to be a nice bow for Atherman to Cracker for the beautiful, honorable duel. It's going to be Vor up next. I think it's Vor? Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's Vor. V-O-R, the first 3 letters. I'm gonna call him Vor. Atherman popping him wings. Vor has evasion available. They're just trying to get some big damage back into Atho. Just trying to cut him, man. Look at him. It looks like a brawler, dude. Assassination Rogue Brawler. Look at those Bowie knives, man. He's ready, dude. He's ready for anything. There's gonna be an interrupt onto Atho. Bop not available, no bubble either. Atho's actually in such a bad spot. Could be down for the count. Wings are available. Clock shot is available for Vor. Trying to turn it around onto the Rogue. And the Rogue barely takes out Atho. So close. Does Atho's Pepe disappear off the top of his head, or is he still chilling there? Because that'd be kind of morbid. Nope, it's gone. Yep, Pepe is gone. Rest in peace. Pepe no longer has the front view of the arena, but that's Vor taking down Atho. It was so close because Atho popped wings. He actually had him barely ready, you know? Almost had him. Slice and dice. He's going to trick it out of that sap. Growth coming out by Vor. Could go for a kidney shot. Is going to land a kidney. And Vor has the control. Big Vendetta onto Slice. Does he have the big burst combo wombo? Slice and dice is going to get hit with the blind. No trinket available. Vor is just going to control this fight. Big Vendetta and a bunch of bugs onto Slice and dice. Vor trying to land a sap. Does not land. What? Still lands a sap. Almost failed it. He did have a Vendetta onto Slice so you could see him through stealth. So Slice has no answer. Vor is just that cheesy, classic vanilla WoW setup of stun, blind sap, stun. And there it is. Vor taking him out with a bike to follow as well. And Beerus is going to be up next. Dampen is at 12 minutes, boys. 46% dampening. You better get the big damage in now while you got it. It's kind of funny how Beerus goes for a whirlwind and then he goes for a jump and he could be whirlwinding and then like going for the fastest front flip ever, or like halfway completing the flip. It's funny. Vor is just gonna mount up, waiting for Beerus to come to him. Both of them have eyes. It is gonna mount him off, man. Gonna keep on a mount. Is gonna land the Kindle Shot Trick coming out for Beerus and the Stormbolt onto Vor. For Vor, this is perfect. We'll have control of the Warrior. No blind available for a while. Evasion available for Vor. Beerus did use a dress. Is gonna get a Reaper Flames onto Vor with a Fury to follow. Beerus trying to heal up as much as possible. Needs to keep Vor out in combat as much as he can. Big ol' Rampage coming out. Enrage Regen to follow. Huge heals, but no! The bike comes in. The Enrage Regen was not enough to deal with the bike, the damage that offered. That's unfortunate. That's that big unfortunate, man. I got revenge at least. There we go, Atho. There we go. That is rough. That is rough. Yeah, you versus Cracker, man. It made the rest of this duel for everybody else harder. I think for Team Blue though, the dampening is not near as big because Cam, I mean Cam can't really heal to begin with, so healing is not gonna be good for him. Illidan God can heal, but you know the amount of healing he could do will outlast most of the dampening. Similarly, Farah and Vor has so many defensives with evasion, cloak of shadows, and vanish. I don't even know if he needs healing. With the CC and a combination of powerful defensive, he can definitely outlast the foe. And it looks like he's trying to get Obliv to get away from the corner. Obliv kind of wants the rogue to come to him. Let's keep him away from the pillar. There it goes. The pillars, man, are so massive for any class that has mobility or stealth. It's just the perfect game. Perfect map. Kidney shot onto Obliv. He triggers out of her breath onto Vor. That's going to meteor down onto the rogue. He drops on dress on Obliv with a blind to follow. got a bunch of damage into the fire mage, and I think he's just gonna go for reset. But let's say he can't land a proper sap, so he's just actually since he's his own fire for as long as he is. He's just gonna get away from war for a second. Or even for Obliv for a second. But trying to see if he can blink around the corner, will not be able to reach our friend Vor, the Russian rogue. Unfortunate. Showing kidney, I'm dead. Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It's EU? Yes, it is, boys. It is EU. As I've seen about Russian names. If you see the Russians, boys, it is EU. Sap onto Obliv with a growth to fall. Like in the shot right after, and it's going to be a bit of a rupture onto Obliv. Can the fire mage get damage back to Vor? Is it going to hit with a Mali as a Vanish comes out for Vor? Has a Mastery burning on him, and Mali making it harder for him to heal. Maybe that's enough pressure, but I think we're just going to be able to outlast it. Obliv not playing Shimmer does reduce his mobility greatly. It does make him a lot more durable. I don't even know how he got that Nova. That felt like it should have been out of your range. There might be Cloak of Shadows out of Vor. It's going to get a Smoke Bomb rolling. Obliv dropping down to Meteor onto Vor. It's going to be a Kidney Shot. Vor needs himself a Cloak of Shadows right now. Does he drop down to the dots? He's trying not to use Cloak. He might need to. If it procs. Oh, no Cloak. Oh, no. The anticipation was killing me. I was like, he's going to have to pop a Cloak here, right? But he didn't. Whatever Obliv is doing, he got some nasty burn damage, man. He got that nasty dot damage. It's almost like it's animated by a warlock. You're thinking, oh, it's just a fire mage dot, just a fire mage mastery. No, the big Illidan God actually metamorphosing the Greater Pyro and actually immuning it. That's gonna be huge damage to Obliv. Big Cauterize. Does he Ice Block? He might have to broke that Ice Block super early. How meant to use Flames in order to self-heal himself, but it's gonna be Illidan God actually using Purge to take off those hots. Breath by Obliv, but that's all he really had. And Daedra, last man standing on Team Red with Illidan God X. Well, actually, it's Illidan God. Because that's the letter H at the end. So it's actually Illidan God. Technically, if you guys want to be technical with the letters here. Illidan God X, I-beam coming out. It's going to be Daedra slamming him down with just a couple pets. Got himself a Tyrant pretty early on. That's going to be a pet that was empowered. It looks like Daedra's playing the normal build of Warlock, actually. He is playing the Felguard. No Daedra available. So that's interesting. I guess he maybe decided, you know what, I'm going to try not... Oh, now he's going for Shavara? Now he's going for Shavara? Maybe he had the wrong pet the whole time. Maybe against a Demon Hunter, he just had to stun him, lock him, and just take him down. And now he can go back to the normal pet style. That's going to be Camizilla. Actually taking quite a bit of damage from Daedra. Being an arms warrior, what can you really do? It's going to be a Void Official on one side. Daedra hopped on the other. And does go for a port all the way so far as the Mali's rolling on him. That was such a good Void Operational, dude. He actually did get Cam to leap over there. And use Void Ritual at the very last second. Just traveled to another zip code. Looks like Cam is down for the count with Alfera last one left. Daedra actually getting 2 kills in a row, back to back. I guess one wasn't Demon Hunter that just got to play. If Daedra takes down Alfera right here, this would actually be kind of nutty. I think Alfera with full cooldowns of being a Demon Hunter that he is, that might be a little rough. Succubus CC onto Alfera. That's going to be some handle cooldowns for Daedra. It's going to go for a Tyrant. No more interrupts available. Alfera actually might have to eat the full Tyrant unless he goes for a stun. Dress and all those pets actually absorb the Dress. AoE stun onto Daedra as well as the pets. Darkness coming down. Maybe the Tyrant could actually get some damage in. Daedra dropping down. The Boskage Bombers into Alfera. Does go for a meta. That Tyrant is still slapping him around. Both of them are super low in health. Shadow Fear trying to come out for Daedra. Does get handle down Alfera. Trinkets. Daedra with no health at all. I think it's going to be down for the Warlock and Alfera taking him out. Yeah, and a big old meta. If you had yourself a Felguard, I think that might have been a different story. And Atho had to go through 13 million damage into our boy Kragar. 13 million damage before that man went down. And Kragar healed for 12 million. The healing out of this warrior is absolutely on another level. The only other person to heal for that close is Atho, but he's a paladin. He actually has direct heals. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know, it felt like fighting a raid boss. I bet, dude, it felt like fighting a world boss just now. You just soloed a world boss. What is that? Oh my god, that is insane. Actually insane. Wait, can I use a toy? No, I can't. Oh man, I want to use a toy. I want to look like someone different. That was insane. That was a long duel, boys. Okay, we got ourselves Jesus and Prince. We gotta get Jesus and Prince here next. 3-0-3-4. Okay, 3-4. 100 verse. I don't even know what ASUS got going on, but he's just, oh my god. I don't even know. He got burst too. See, it's not like he's all versatility to get defensive. He got offensives too. It was weird. That warrior was good. The warrior had a Nazatric, a safeguard trinket, lots of self-healing flame. I mean, he played really, really well, but it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. Because you know why? Because I just don't. Like he's like you can see that Krager's trying super hard to win these duels and outleave these guys. He's doing everything he can, and it sucks watching him just not be able to do. That's why I keep recommending just go for more damage. You could probably get this game over if you just did more damn. He's going for very sustained heavy and he's doing well, but dampening eventually kicks in. There's nothing you can do about it. So I feel like he should just go for more damage. This is as much damage as it can. I don't know how Fury Warriors are on damage, but that's rough. That is really, really rough. Absolutely rough. Alright, we gotta get another one going here, boys. At least one more. At least one of us. We gotta get Prince in here. Prince Vodka. And we're gonna go Jesus. Jesus, some long games here, man. Jesus, save me. Jesus, save me with some quick games. Prince Vodka. Sounds like Print with a Warlock on NA. I have no target. Did I mess up one of those names? Prinz Vodka. Prince, Jesus, you guys need to make sure you both are online in real ID. Make sure you both are online in real ID. Don't be offline, otherwise you can queue. I have no target because one of you guys is not online. In my spectator match is fine. Jesus, 3 S's first, you, and then 3 S's after, and Prinz, P-R-I-N-Z, V-O-D-K-A. Both of you guys need to be online in LG, or in real ID to queue, guys. I think it was like a minute. Cracker asked you for fake cast against. Capable of interrupting my 0.4 flashlights. Dude, he is nutty. He is nutty. It's crazy. He has so much regen, not good. No, he has regen is fine, but it's just like when you don't have the damage though. Like you have billion regen, but if you have no damage, you can never really finish a fight. I feel like Fury Warriors are not a great spec anymore to survive in dampening, and you can't play the dampening game anymore. I think you have to play the damage game. You might ever play Blood of the Enemy, big rampages, big dress, and a bike, because Fury Warriors can do a lot of damage. Like if you really go in with big essences for big dam, you really can do the big damage. Like that's what NA Warriors are doing right now, right? With a couple of guys, Palm for a second, Palm Handler. He goes in for big dam as a Fury. Decap goes big dam too. Always big dam, always huge dam in PvP. They don't go defensive at all because they can't outlast anybody like that. You may think you can, but you're not gonna be able to. I guess a Pala. Jesus and Prince, are you guys online? Or are we done? Is that last duel? Is that last duel for the day? Might be one. Thank you for 5-5s. So what we do is we have a couple of dudes go into LFG on the PvP side, make a group called something like 5V5 1V1 DUELS. So it's LFG, and viewers join in, or anybody can, friends, guildies, whatever. People join in to duels, to the groups. Then they let me know they have a 5-man with all the real ID windows, as you can see, and they queue you against each other with a macro, with a command. Jesus is online, Prince is online, I'm both online. Okay, now it queued. Now it queued. Here we go. Now you're good. I can speak. Sorry. Now we're good. Now we're good, boys. Now we are good to go. I think this is going to be the last one for the day, boys. What's the command? It's a macro. Oh, it's command. I keep calling it macro, but it's command. Invite spectator match. If you guys want to know more about how you do the duels, we have join our Discord. By the way, I'd like to all of you guys to join the Discord in the community. Join Discord, let me know. Down below should be a link. If it doesn't work, let me know if it doesn't work. And we have a bunch of stuff on there. We have rooms for you guys to chat, Shadowlands updates, news, as well as 5-4-1, like rules and duels and information schedule, all that things if you guys ever want to know. I express my feeling through memes. The command should be in fake spectator match, BTEC, yes. Right, / invite spectator match. Yeah, I guess if you were to make it, you would add BTEC 1 space BTEC 2 space 5 for 5-5s, 3 for 3v3s, 2 for 2v2s. And you could also add after the 5 space arena name, just one word out of that name. So like Black Rook Hold, put Rook, R-O-K-K, and it'll queue you for Black Rook Hold. Or if you want to go for Hook Point in Browse, you put Hook. Or 12 Viron, you have to actually do 12 Viron thing. Peak for Tiger's Peak and stuff like that. Let's get a little going, boys. Switch. Got ourselves Yasha already getting in there with a Demon Hunter, going in for a stun, big dress already. A Sharingan Eye. I like the name, that weeb Naruto name, and the Sharingan Eye. I feel like for Demon Hunter fits. Going up in the air, flying up, and Yasha just doesn't have anywhere to go. Throwing in the abilities back at the Demon Hunter. Oh my god, them lances. We're just doing work. The fell lances from above. We're doing work. Yasha did catch up on a bit of heals. Darkness coming down for Sharingan as he's super low in health. Needs to catch up on health immediately. Stun onto Yasha. That's going to be a bubble. No healing available. Sharingan better sprint the hell out of here. Try to stay alive as best as possible. Just trying to fly away. But Yasha does take him out while wings were up. Yasha ain't here to play around, man. He came in to mean some business. And Zueni is going to be up next as, I think, an assassination rogue, maybe a sub. He has some daggers. I'm going to say assassin. Oh, he's lacking all over the place. He's got a Super Saiyan teleport going on. Yasha, they're just going to have to wait until the rogue is going to hit him. Looks so sad. Look at him. Oh, man. Not another rogue. His dad comes in. Are you winning, son? And does the expression you give him. Not another rogue dad. Zueni is going to be a assassination rogue. Hodge onto Zueni. Execute sentence. Does Trinket blind onto Yasha. Trinket and blind getting burned with Zueni with evasion. Trinket blind evasion. I don't know if that's a good idea. You're going to Trinket, you're going to blind, and you're going to evasion. I think Trinket evasion is fine. Trinket blind is fine, but evasion on top of it? That's like those rogues that go for a Trinket, cloak, vanish, blind. It's like, Trinket Vanish is fine, or Trinket Blind is fine. Trinket Cloak, maybe if you can get away. Or Trinket Vanish, but don't Cloak. You don't need to. But that's gonna be just a rogue thing, you know what I mean? Some rogues do it, some rogues don't. Shield of Vengeance is up for Yasha. His wings are available. Zueni, they might want to cloak a shadows before the shield pops. And oh, Zueni! At least they have a Vanish still off. That cheat death saved you. You actually did die there. If you didn't have it, that would have been over. Hodge and Zueni wishes they had a Trinket. And Yasha just cleaving these boys down. Alright, Oriog. Oriog? Oriog? I gotta call you Oreo. I'll call you Oreo, dude. Oreo G, dude. Oreo G getting a polymorph onto Yasha. No, actually, it's disrupting his own poly. Is he not playing Shimmer? I think he's playing the normal Blink. Just trying to get a bunch of Fire Blast. Does steal the Hand of Freedom from Yasha. Is going to force him to walk back into the Meteor, but Yasha is going to get himself a couple flash of lights here and there. As we hit in that 3-minute mark, boys, Yasha with a freeze on one side, Ring of Frost on one side, and a mage in that Ring of Frost trying to get some fireballs back into Yasha. Does he go for the fireball build? Is that what he's doing? Is that the haste fireball build? Is that what he's trying to go for? Because he should have the fastest cast in the West if that's what he's going for. Is going to steal the Hand of Freedom from Yasha. Definitely should be running an auto talent for that one, so you can't have a spell stolen or dispelled. And then plus it gives you extra mobility. So Yasha just have to waddle around the map like that as he is. It's going to be an intro by Oreo. And Yasha is just going to get behind the pillar. Oreo does not have shimmers though, so he cannot move around as easily. Meteor on one side, Yasha trying to avoid the Meteor. He's actually going to go at Oreo instead, just walking at him. He needs a Hodge. No chicken available for Oreo next time he has a go. He's going to get a Fireball. Does he have the fastest cast with this? He's going to go for Scorch instead. Nova onto Yasha. No GPIs out of Oreo at all though. Trying to get a Pollen. It's going to be a Trinket. No, not Trinket. It's going to be Ice Block for Oreo, as he doesn't have a Trinket for the Hodge. Still lots of damage available for Yasha. It's going to be Cauterized available, but Yasha just needs one more burst. Lots of damage ability in there. NASCAR his way over to Oreo. Dropping down Ring of Frost. Does pick up the eyes. And it's not actually... Oh, he got him trapped in the Ring of Frost. Flame? Does it do it? Oh, it did. It did. Bay or Shinra is going to be... Shinra are going to be up next, and Shinra is going to be up next as a Blood Elf Survival Hunter, getting the dot damage out on Yasha's stun into a duress to follow. And Yasha's going to just take a lot of damage. Bay, can you be out of cat form and out of stealth, please? Unless you're doing, thank you. In case you're giving your allies like a buff or something, because that sometimes happens, but you don't mean to do it, but it's okay. Bubble available for Yasha, does get himself a little bit of a reset at least. And Shinra just trying to see if he can get himself around the corner. Yo, if Yasha were able to get Bay killed in the next 10 seconds, that would have been actually Paladin record. I think only a couple of classes have had a record of being able to nuke people down like that. I think it's a Warlock, Destro, of course. I think a Feral Druid. And I think it was on Holy Death Knight. They've gotten the record for like the fastest nukes ever. Maybe a Demon Hunter. I want to say it's Demon Hunter because just it's likely, because Demon Hunter just do so much damage. But I think we've ever had a Paladin do that quick of a nuke. Like 5 man in 5 minutes. Like get on a leaderboard, that would be interesting. That's gonna be Shield of Minutes up. Shinra does go for a massive kill. It's gonna be his feigned death for a moment. No turtle shell, no exhilaration anymore. That Shield of Vengeance does get cleaved between him and the pet. Hodge as wings are up and running. Does Yasha have enough damage? That might be enough globals into Shin. And Shin does go for a stun, but Bob comes out and down goes. And Yasha taking him out with plenty of minutes to spare. No dampening quite yet. And Bay, the last man left, the Feral Druid. Time for Bay to come back and take down the whole team red, man. That's the way to do it. Time for him to have a big old 1v5 as a high mountain Tauren Feral Druid. Let's see if he's able to do it, though. He was able to do it properly. It's going to be Yasha trying to see if he might be able to wait out Bay. Should have went for the eyeballs, maybe. Bay doesn't have the biggest opener ever. Does go for a bite onto Yasha. Throwing in a bike in with a bash to follow. And as Bay looked like he was trying to disengage for a second, trying to run circles around Yasha. Wings are coming out. Bay taking a lot of damage to single Templars. Wall coming out before the second Templars comes in. That was heal available. Did not go for a Skull Bash on the cast. Maim onto Yasha. Does he have the big damage to follow that? Still just taking smacking. So much damage, just jumping all over the place back and forth. And I think Bay might just go down unless they have enough damage here versus Yasha. Or maybe this is where the Feral goes. And Yasha with a big old 1v5 in less than 7 minutes. Gotta give him the credit. Gotta give him the credit. Damn, boys. Yeah, my game was definitely lacking for Zuat. Dude, yeah, 3 shot up there. Dude, that was cheat death saved you, man. If you were Zuen the Rogue, that saved you. That cheat death was just insane. Well, Yasha came in, you saw he conquered, man. Too bad nobody on his team could really get to play. But that was Jesus' team, man. And I think that's all the teams we have for the day. How can I enter? We normally do it through LFG, man. Feral is so noob. Feral noob. No, Feral good. Feral good. Feral first time. Feral first time. Be nice to Feral, please. Feral's too offensive. Yeah, maybe it was a little good and aggressive. I think for Feral, I was expecting like a big dress and anything, so it could be just a gear. Yeah. I pressed a new one instead of in-car during burst. Oh no, that's unfortunate, Jake. That's unfortunate, dude. It's okay. Better luck next time, you know what I mean? Yasha очень сильный. Yasha very strong. Nash boy. Our boy. True. Yasha is pretty strong, man. You don't full class as a Feral, you bleeding kite. That is true. That's true. But that's the first time Jake. I think we've had Jake duel these. So it's okay, man. It's okay. This is all for fun anyway. You live, you lose, you win, you learn. You know what I mean? You live, you lose, you win, you earn. Fuck, I can't even say it. That's a tongue twister. You live, you lose, you win, you learn. Say that 5 times fast. You live, you lose, you win, you learn. You live, lose, you win, you learn. You live, lose, you live, and learn. You live, lose, you live, and learn. Yeah, I can't even do it. PvP is Resta? Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Yo, if you have Resta gear, you could try Boomy too. Boomies can actually do well. Well, they're not good in duels, but they actually could do pretty good in PvP. Just in case, since you have like intellect gear, it might work for you too. Maybe a trinkets or whatever. Откуда так знаешь русский? Родился в России. He asked me, how do you know Russian? I said, I was born there. I like the song, dude. Yo, boys, we had ourselves some good duels for the day, man. Great duels for the day, boyos. Had a lot of fun with you guys. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tomorrow, RNA duels. And then we get it back to the beta Sunday. And then Monday. And then Tuesday, hopefully we got a bunch of chests to open. So hopefully tonight I can get some Mythic Pluses done on my ults, man. Good duels, EU. Yo, EU, we broke the 300 in recordings. That is the first time. That's awesome, man. It was great duels. I actually enjoyed a lot of the duels. Krager came in, still trying to make that warrior work as best as he can. The long games for warriors, dude. It's gonna be interesting to edit those, actually. Thanks for your live dial. Yo, thank you for coming, boys. I couldn't do the stream without you boys. The community is what really keeps the duels up and running. Tomorrow, again, NA duels. If you guys want to participate, that you're watching on NA. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully we'll see work there, popping in as Frost. Thank you so much for coming by. I'll see all of you next stream. Alrighty, boys. Have a good one. Peace.